Right. Yeah, we should be live. Welcome. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm officially late by 2 minutes. It's the first time I'm late for a stream, but I hope you can forgive me for that. Either way, we're all set. We're all ready. I didn't have time to set up the second camera. Oh man. Yeah, I just really needed to make sure that the audio was working and everything. But either way, welcome. It's great having you here today. Overall, I'm always more than yeah. I mean, like, what am I saying? I'm always the thing that excites me the most about live stream is getting to hang out with you, getting to answer any questions that you might have, and just interacting the best we can. So like if you have any questions, oops, almost threw the microphone. That is really gonna be the focus of this live stream, but I do have a couple of things that I want to talk about. Yeah, which are kind of like writing. I've been struggling quite a bit. Is this in focus? There we are. Cool. Yeah, I've been struggling quite a bit finding like the best software for actually writing. And I've been playing with one that I'm really excited about that I maybe want to talk to you. But yeah, while we wait for some people to join, just give me 1 second. I can't believe I actually forgot to set up the chat. You know how I usually have our chat window in here so that I can display your messages. So I'm so sorry, but let me very quickly just set that up somewhere here. Yeah, if for any reason you can't see me for a second, we should be back, but hopefully you can still see me. Okay, that should have worked. Cool. Hey, what's up? Okay, let's see if the comments are working. So yeah, let's give this a try. There we go. Yeah, Minds Ethiopia, thank you for being here. I never know how to pronounce your name. The other time the text-to-speech reader that I had was reading it in weird ways, but I think it's Minds, right? Let me know. What's up, homie? We can see you. Perfect. Thank you so much. And thankfully I managed to get the comments going. I thought that was gonna take longer, but no, it was solved pretty quickly. So yeah, let's go. Let me just put this chat side by side so that I can see it. Oh man, yeah, today I was like the last 30 minutes I was just setting up the live stream, making sure that everything works, but I had so many technical difficulties and I was so worried I wasn't gonna make it on time. But yeah, we're here, we're all good, and I should be able to see the chat and everything. Yeah, so is Minds. It is Minds. Yeah. This is how it was pronouncing last time. Yeah, Mains. Let me actually see if I can make it read it. Let's see how it does it. There we go.
Mendes Ethiopia Mendes.
Yeah, Mendes. That's it. That's funny. Minds, let me know. Can you hear the music alright? There should be like the background music, but I want to make sure it's not too loud, not too quiet. Let me know. I was running with so many technical issues, but yeah, happy to be here, guys. It's awesome. You're doing a thing for Obsidian October. Hey, Danny, thank you, man. Thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure having you here. Yeah, man, thank you for the support. But yeah, like regarding Danny's questions, if you're not aware, Obsidian is doing like a little contest. Danny, do you know if they put it in their website? Because I know they had it on the Discord. That's where I saw it. But I would like to maybe show the screen if it's in the website. But I don't know if it's on the website. Either way, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I am planning to enter the contest. In order to win the contest, you need to submit either a plugin or a theme. I already have 2 themes in the Obsidian community themes, but you cannot reuse one that you've already posted, so I would have to create a new one. I already started creating a new one. I'm excited. So yeah, I think I'm gonna enter. I'll see if I can make it on time. Like honestly, making a theme always takes time. Sorry.
No worries, boss. We are all good.
I said sorry and my voice assistant replied. But either way, water break.
Water break activated. It's good to be hydrated.
Yeah, it's playing fine. Thank you, Minds. I appreciate it. It's good to know that the music is all in place. Cool. What is Danny saying? How do you upload a theme? I am making a theme, but not sure what repo to pull requests. Yeah, so the way that because let me show you. So let's go to GitHub. Okay. Am I logged in? Yes, I'm logged in. Okay, so for instance, this is one of my, well, no, this is a Luxic theme. I'm lying to you. All I did really for submitting my themes to the community plugins is I uploaded it to GitHub, of course, which You know, that's kind of like the first step, of course. But after that, all you need to make sure of, at least this is how it was when I submitted my themes, which was quite a while ago, you know, maybe like 6 months ago. Yeah, I just had it in here. I had the image in it, and I had all the code. The CSS is the one that you need to be concerned with. So obsidian.css, that's what you need to name it. And then from there, just make sure that this is in the main branch, because I used to have it in master, right? You need to change it to main just because now GitHub kind of requires that for certain things to work, especially the Obsidian developers, they prefer you have it in main. And then after this, all I did was literally, you know, contact Silver, one of the creators of Obsidian, and that was more than enough. Like they just did the rest of the work. I don't know if they're still doing that. Maybe there's a pull request that needs to be done to certain GitHub repository. I know that that's how, for instance, Logseq requires you to submit a theme, which I'm planning to do. But like, yeah, to GitHub, to Obsidian, all I did the last time was just like contact one of the creators, and I sent my theme, and that was enough. So yeah, I don't know, Danny. That is how I did it last time. If I do find out of a better way, or like the actual way that needs to be done, I'll definitely let you know. I used your theme, man. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Wait, I think the camera's a bit too low. Can you see? It's still a bit too low. Give me a second. Now it's just a bit too high. Either way, well, I fixed this. Yeah, Minds, let me know, which theme are you using? Is it, because I have two. One is Reverie and the other one is Wasp. I'd love to know which one you're using. Let me just... Okay, there we go. We should be good. Kind of. Yeah, it's fine. Never mind. No worries, everyone has been saying the same thing. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what's the repo that maybe we need to submit it to. Like, is it on the... I mean, they don't have that much information on their website, to be honest, but about the contest, I mean, it's in Discord. Okay, maybe let's go to Discord. Okay, let me just make sure that there's no, you know, like private information or messages that pop up as soon as I open Discord. So let me just make sure of that. In the meantime, Minds is saying that, yeah, so the Wasp theme. Awesome, yeah, happy to know you like that one. That's the one that I use, the Wasp theme that I created for Obsidian. And yeah, I'm glad you like it, because I like it too. I use it every day. Okay, yeah, I mean, we should be fine here with the Discord. Like, there's nothing too private popping up. Okay, yeah. So in here, if you go to the Obsidian Discord, there is Obsidian October, where we just, you know, talk and discuss things. Oh, what is this video? Oh, no way. Oh, I gotta watch this video. Someone talked about like Vim in Obsidian. That's awesome. I am a
Hello, everyone.
crazy Vim user. Like, I just use Vim all the time. I love it. Yeah, I definitely need to reach out to this guy. That's awesome. Either way, back to the topic. What was I saying? Yeah, okay, so I think it's in the announcements, right? Where is it? For Obsidian October, same message above, react. Ah, yeah, you need to react to this to participate. Here, okay, here are the rules. So yeah, it's a plugin or theme contest, you know, for the month of October, something that you need to create, make a plugin or theme to win some awesome awards. Winners will get hundreds of dollars in credit to spend on Obsidian services, Obsidian Publish and Obsidian Sync. And then read more about the event. Ah, okay, yeah, this is what I was looking for. So there is like in the Obsidian Publish, the official one. Oh, that logo is new. I haven't seen the logo. Maybe I just haven't been in the help docs in a while. That's a really cool logo. Wow. Badass. I like that a lot. Submitting your project, okay. Can submit the repo. How to submit is TBD, but you can include a mentor in your submission. What is TBD? Does anyone know what TBD means? I don't know what that means. Ah, okay, by making a pull request to the list. Yeah, okay, so that's how. So let's see. Obsidian releases. Okay, yeah, so you need to do a pull request in here. There's like 27. Are these all the submissions? Or these are general, like... Okay, this is just general code. Yeah, you just need to do a pull request here. Honestly, I'm not... I mean, I'm good enough with GitHub to know most things, but pull request is something I haven't done in the past, so I really can't really give you like much advice on this. I'm gonna have to learn, because I also need to do the same for the Logseq theme. I've just been very lazy trying to learn how to do pull request. I'm sure it's not that hard. Like maybe whether you use the terminal or maybe use like the desk utility for GitHub, you know, something like that. But either way, yeah. Hope that helps a little bit at least. Nice, we got a lot of comments, so let's check. Yeah, way easier than making my own theme. No, yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, making a theme can definitely be a bit tricky. There's a plugin though. I was asked the other day like how to customize a theme if you don't know code, and there's a nice plugin that you can get in Obsidian. Let me start opening Obsidian to show you which one it is, where you can just customize things. I don't think it works with a current theme that you already have. Like for instance, you know, here's my Wasp theme, you know. This is my main theme that I use, that I created. Yeah, so I don't think there's a way to actually customize this specific one, but there's a way to customize things from zero. So if you go to settings, which I do with Control Comma, you go to community plugins. There's one by, what is it called? It might just be something like customize theme. I know it's by the same creator, Kepano. I cannot search by creator. That's really annoying. I know he created it, but let's see, theme. Yeah, minimal theme settings. Style settings. Yeah, okay, maybe it's this one. I know there's another one. Okay, so you can use this one for customizing things, but also if you download the minimal theme created by Kepano, you can actually customize that one and change the colors of things. I might make a tutorial on that because there's tons of people that are interested in customizing their themes, but they just don't know code, so that could be really helpful. Kind of suits better with my system. Ah, that's awesome. Yeah, no, same. I mean, I do have my whole computer to kind of like work with certain brand colors that I kind of created for myself, especially my laptop. My laptop is very kind of like theme. I think the colors are kind of weird. I don't know why the colors of the background are kind of acting strange. Let me know if those colors are good. I don't know why the colors are changing every now and again. Either way, never mind. Are you using a OBS overlay or Streamlabs for streaming? Cool transition. Yeah, okay, so like these transitions, right? Like, and I have like this voice command like camera 1. And there you go, right? So camera 3. Sorry, scene
No
3.
worries, boss. We are all good.
Whenever I say sorry, my assistant, text assistant says that. Let me lower the volume of my microphone a bit, it's a bit too loud. There we go. Yeah, so camera 1. Camera 1, please.
That's better. You got to say
You know,
please.
stuff like that. So yeah, let me show you what I'm actually using. I don't know if this will kind of break the inception, but like, yeah, this is what I'm using. This is my setup for streaming. So yeah, I do use OBS. It's my favorite software for streaming by far. It's incredible. And yeah, this is what's going on. I can see, you're probably seeing a loop of OBS inside of OBS. But yeah, I can control the different audio levels for music, for the text-to-speech assistant that I have, for what I talk, for if I play any videos on YouTube, like the volume for that as well. Yeah, so no, I love it. I mean, I have tons of things. Like if I change to my camera, you know, I have like all these buttons for controlling that kind of stuff. I don't know if you can see it. This one right here. So yeah, it's a Stream Deck. So whenever I press a different button, it changes to different things. Yeah, I love OBS. You have no idea how much time I spent learning it and, you know, customizing it to make it work. But yeah, I love it. I might make a tutorial on it one day. I just don't know if there's enough people that would be interested in that kind of stuff. But I definitely love to teach OBS because it's such an amazing and advanced software that I use all the time. And I use it for recording my videos, actually. It saves me so much time. Awesome, we have tons of questions. Let's keep going. I thought the same when I saw it on the other day. Cyberpunk logo. Yeah, it definitely is like a Cyberpunk logo. To be decided. Hello, Santi. Thank you again for the power toys. Yeah, okay, so let me tell you guys, like in case you're not familiar with what Mike is saying. By the way, Mike, so good to see you here. We were talking yesterday in the comments, and I'm glad you can make it. So the power toys, what he's talking about is this kind of stuff. It's like a nice, it's a series of nice utilities for Windows, because I recently moved to Windows. Now that I moved to this new computer, this awesome beast of a setup that I have right now. Let me just show you. I'm so excited with this computer. Like, it's literally been one of the craziest investments I've made, but I'm so happy with it. And because of it, I had to move to Windows. I was using this Linux laptop as my primary kind of computer, and then I was using an old iMac, but now that I'm in Windows, I'm using this thing called PowerToys, right? And it's incredible. Yeah, so like the idea of PowerToys is that you have like something like this, which if you're familiar with Mac is very similar to Alfred, and you can just search anything, right? So you can be like, I don't know, like OBS, this one right here, or Obsidian or Logseq, that kind of stuff, or you can just like even do like calculations with the computer, which is nice. You can open different files, like I'm using Auto Hotkey, and I can just like jump down to that folder where I have that kind of stuff in there. So yeah, it's tons of things. It's also like a way to create like these nice borders that you might be able to see around the screen. Let me actually see if I can turn on, oops, sorry.
No worries, boss. We are all good.
I said sorry, and the text-to-speech replied. Let me see if we have this activated now. Yeah, okay. As you can see now, I have like a little circle around the cursor. It's kind of useful. The only problem is it's kind of blocking my view in here. Let me just put it there. Cool, there we go. Yeah, so like these little borders is also something that I'm achieving through PowerToys. So let me just show you real quick what PowerToys is. Like if you're using Windows, I think it's a must. Like you can do so many things. Like you can customize how you organize different layouts in your computer, you know, which I use quite a lot. That's how I create the borders. You can split the screen in nice ways. And then you can also do like remapping of keys, which if you are familiar with like using your keyboard for almost every shortcut you can do on your computer, then this is a must. I honestly find it super essential. I use a lot of Vim things in my computer so that whenever I press Control and one of the Vim keys, it acts as arrows, you know, like tons of weird stuff. There's really fancy stuff in here. You also have a color picker, for instance. So say you just want to detect a certain color in your computer. So this yellow, this purple, you can see that that's a global color picker that is useful if you're a designer. So you can activate that with a shortcut. Either way, I forgot to read your whole question, Mike. Let me do it with the text-to-speech assistant.
Michael say hello Santi. Thank you again for the PowerToys. Do you know how often there are new themes in Obsidian? Is there a day when they add new ones? It's kinda hard to filter
Oh yeah, okay, it got cut, but it's kind of hard to filter through old and new. Yeah, I honestly don't think there's any sort of schedule for new themes in Obsidian, so unfortunately that's something that, yeah, I think it's pretty random. And you're right, I don't think there's any easy way to filter through the new ones, or is there? First, oh no, yeah, here it is. Or no, I'm in plugins. I'm sorry. So let's go here to appearance. You can see my screen, right? Yeah, cool. If we go to browse themes, yeah, no, you're right. There's no way to filter through new ones. Yeah, I honestly don't really know if there's a schedule. I would say there isn't. I don't know if anyone else knows. Either way, okay, let's go back to the questions. I'm quite behind. Did you know PowerToys had been using Listari and Ueli? I might have heard of Ueli. I don't know what Listari is. Let me know more about that. I'm really interested. Haven't seen a lower thirds panel in OBS before. Yeah, so like there's one called, it's actually called lower thirds, and that's a plugin. So if I hit something like this, then you should be able to, you know, this is YouTube stuff. Click the notification bell, like that's one I kind of just put together quite quickly. So yeah, that kind of stuff. Of course, you can move that around, but it's pretty nice. I had another one in here that I really like in OBS that is super helpful. Like, and again, this is from like from a plugin called Lower Thirds, and there's tons of really good tutorials on it. So yeah, cool. Either way, that's the idea. By the way, let me know what you're currently struggling with. That is a question that we're definitely going to be tackling through the live stream. Did you switch from Linux to Windows? No. So, okay. I moved from an old iMac to Windows. I still have my Linux laptop and I still use it. So my Linux setup was always in my laptop. It was never in my desktop computer. But because my laptop was better than my desktop setup, this was my main setup, right? But now that I have a real computer, like with two screens and like the beast, I didn't set up the second camera. I would love to show you. Oh man, like, but either way, I'm not gonna set it up now. Like, that's just a bit of a waste of time. But next time I'll show you a bit better, because here's my whole setup, and I had a camera here last time that I just didn't set up. I didn't have time to set it up. Either way, thanks. Gotta go processing some papers right now. Danny, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Let's see. So yeah, Mind is saying I usually use VS Code for pull requests. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. You know, VS Code definitely has some integration with GitHub in case that is something you want to do. It's definitely a good way to approach it. Ahmad Farian. Let me know if Ahmad is the right pronunciation. Thank you so much for being here, Ahmad. Hey Santi, I'm a big fan of you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot. Yeah, would love to know if there's anything I can help with, Ahmad. My MOC won't big. Help me, please. Are you talking about like MOC maps of contents by like Nick? Let me know what you mean. I'm not fully sure what you meant, but like, yeah, please elaborate on that. Let me know, because I love to help. Okay, Boyan Anakiev. Boyan, is that correctly pronounced? Let me know. Thank you for being here, Boyan. Means a lot. So Boyan is saying, I'm using a Zetocast approach to note taking in Obsidian, but I'm struggling with finding things once I save them and reviewing. Is it finally time to do MOCs or setting up reviews? That's an interesting question. Great question. You left me thinking. Okay, so you're using a Zetocast approach. It kind of depends on what is the exact approach that you're going for, because I honestly believe there's not just one way to approach Zetocasting in Obsidian. But yeah, depending on that, it could definitely change the way you approach this. I have a couple of ideas. I do have a couple of ideas, but... Oh man. Let me just open this curtain for a second. I just need a little bit more light. But I'll be thinking about that. So don't go away. Okay. It's not really the whole curtain. It's just for the light to bounce a bit better. Either way. Yeah, okay, so you're struggling to find things once I save them and review them. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of tricky. I mean, the best I could do is show you my Zetocast and setup. But, man, it's just such a complicated question. Honestly, it deserves its own video. I don't know if MOCs are the solution. Honestly, you could experiment. Okay, let me at least give you something. This might be something that I'm gonna have to just think and make a whole video about, because it's such a complicated question. Like how to resurface knowledge that you have in your Zetocasting system, right? Like that's the question. So yeah, I mean, it's a hard question to answer. I don't know, man. I'm not 100% sure how to answer that question, but either way, something that could help, at least for now. Let me just move this window, sorry. I'm just having a bit of trouble, like with so many windows popping up. Yeah, there we go, cool. Yeah, something that might be able to help you is if you have it all set up inside of, let me actually show you. If you have it all set up inside of Obsidian, let me just remove this for now. Then you could use one community plugin called, I think it's reading, something reading. Oh man, I'm having the worst time. It's one for like something like recursive reading. It's not recursive reading. It's similar to spaced repetition. What is it called? Active reading. Man, I can't find it. I'm terrible. Let me see if I can. Reading. Oops, sorry. We have a little window popping up. That's from the pointer application that I'm using for this. I might have to turn it off for now. Yeah, let me just turn it off because that's popping up all of the time. Okay, sorry guys, I'm all over the place. I'll definitely answer your questions. I'm definitely all over the place. Let me just exit this thing. Okay, there we go. What is it? Incremental writing. That's it. Incremental writing. I'm so sorry that took me so long, but yeah, either way. Incremental writing. This is like a plugin that helps you actually revisit old notes, or like whether that's things that you are kind of like taking from others, notes that you're taking from others, or things that you're writing yourself. Then incremental writing helps you resurface that knowledge over time. You could also use kind of like a spaced repetition system, this one right here, to resurface these things over time. So that is if you want to kind of internalize this information and maybe know how to find it. or you could develop a bit of a system for searching things and making them more searchable. Either way, it's a great question, and I'm sorry I was all over the place right there, but I'll definitely try to plan a video touching that subject. Either way, welcome Sebastiano, welcome, well, Boyan, you were here already, but thank you for being here. Anish, I'll get to your questions in just 1 second. So yeah, let's go to mine's question. So what distro do you use? I use one called Garuda Linux, and in case anyone's not familiar with distro, distro is just kind of like the distribution that I choose for my Linux setup. So like the one that I use in my laptop is Garuda Linux, and it's probably the most aesthetic one. I just love it, and I have it with Dragon Eyes Edition. I mean, it looks incredible. Where is it? I think in download maybe we can see it. Yeah, like this. So yeah, this is kind of like the Linux setup that I have. Now, honestly, if you want to talk Linux a little bit, we definitely could. I've changed my mind a little bit. I mean, I was a Linux fanboy, I was preaching it a little bit, but nowadays, now that I'm using Windows and I see how many more apps and how many things are more compatible in here, I've changed my mind a little. So if you want to talk Linux, if you maybe have considered about Linux and you want a bit of advice, I'll definitely be happy to talk about that. Boyan, you're correct. Happy to know that I pronounced your name correctly. Anish, let me know if that's correct. If not, please correct me. But Anish, thank you for being here. So the question is, actually, let's make my assistant read it so that I can have a little break from talking so much.
Enis Shrestha, how is your workflow and the system with second brain stuff when you are using your phone and is away from your laptop for processing notes?
Yeah, that's a great question, Anish. I think the best thing that I would recommend is combining whatever application or setup that you already have with either the how do I say this? Okay, so like if you're using something like Obsidian, definitely take a look at the Obsidian application. I recently made a video about it, so definitely check that out. Is this one right here? So
hello everyone, my name is Anton.
That's not me. This is me. Yeah, so the latest video that I made about Obsidian Sync, I definitely talk quite a bit about how I use how I sync to my Android phone. Where's my phone? Yeah, to my phone, right? And yeah, from there I kind of capture certain ideas, certain thoughts into my Obsidian app, but also because I use quite a bit of Notion, that's also another place where I might input ideas. And the other one that I use is one called Amazing Marvin, where I keep track of my tasks, and that one's also incredible for that kind of purpose. So yeah, that's kind of my short answer, but if you want to expand on that, please let me know. Guys, you're on fire. I'm trying to get to every question. Thank you so much for being here. It really means a lot. Santi is like, Agony Ant for Obsidian Props. Who's Agony Ant? I'm so sorry. I'm not American. Well, I'm sorry if I am assuming that's an American thing, but either way, let me see what this is. Agony Ant. I didn't know of this. Agony Ant. Either way, I appreciate it. It sounds like a compliment. Let me see what this is. Agony Ant. I'll need to check into this. If you can tell me what it is, that'd be cool. But like, I know it's a compliment, so I appreciate it. So thank you so much, AnyTrade. Okay, Boyan. So let's make my assistant read your comment.
Boyan Anakov, the approach I use is very straightforward. I write down fleeting notes based on information, then reorganize them / rewrite them into things I can save in a permanent note.
Nice. Yeah, exactly. That's great advice. That answers a bit of the previous question that we had about how to organize and resurface information in Zettelkasten. This is one of the best ways. I'm sure most of you must be familiar, but I always think it's worth recommending just in case, how to take smart notes. Honestly, this book gives you so much insight into how to do a Zettelkasten system. The only problem is not really teaching you how to do it in any modern application. That's kind of like one of the only problems that I'm honestly want great resources to solve. Just been really hard to put something together, but this is definitely something that I want to do. So yeah, this book is great. So yeah, this one right here. How to Take Smart Notes by Sonke, I never know how to pronounce his name. Sonke Arens? I never know, but either way, that's the idea. Great, Boyan, I agree. That's one of the best ways to do it, processing things. Sebastiano. Nice to see you, Sebastiano. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And let's see your question.
Sebastiano Regini, hi Santi, nice to see you again in live. One question, what are the icons on the left side of your Obsidian?
Ah, cool. Yeah, great question. By the way, the text-to-speech said live instead of life, but either way. So, what are the icons next to my Obsidian? Let's close Discord for now. Yeah, so these ones right here are the different plugins. Okay, so let me actually close this. Oh, my shortcuts are broken. That's kind of weird. Either way. So yeah, these ones right here are for different plugins. I honestly activate every single one of these from this command. So, you know, if I want to do anything, I just go like from here. So yeah, with that said, I don't really go to these icons. I do use their functionality, but I activate them from the command palette, which is with Control P. So you shouldn't worry too much about that. Actually, I like having a more minimal setup. So what I end up doing is I end up hiding this. So I have a plugin called Hider that hides the app ribbon, as it's called. So now you don't see it, but of course the functionality is still there. You can still search for anything. And I have another one for hiding this bottom one, that is hide the status bar. And that way I have a very clean setup for my Obsidian. But I can always bring it back by just like, you know, clicking those things again, which you can always assign shortcuts. And there you go. I like to keep it there sometimes because it feels a bit more like Obsidian. Otherwise it's just kind of like an empty blank slate. But yeah, great question. Yeah, so mine as, ooh, Archbase guy. I use Gentoo, by the way. Nice, yeah, I'm definitely Archbase. I love, and again, for anyone not familiar, this is again Linux stuff. I definitely love Archbase distros. I think they're really good, especially for being able to install from the Arch repository. So yeah, either way. Cool. Any droid? Agony and it's a British English. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. I just assumed it was American. I don't even know why. Somebody who offers advice on top of problems. Cool, awesome. And this is Grace. That's a lot of tabs you have open. Yeah, I know. Let's close them. This is my girlfriend / assistant. Right now, she's being kind of my assistant, helping me with some of the things with the business and YouTube creation and that kind of stuff. But yeah, Grace, good to see you here. She's in the other room right here. I appreciate that. And with that consideration, let's actually close some tabs. But yeah, guys, let me know if there's anything you're struggling with. I love to talk about it, so just drop it in the comments. And with that said, we're gonna listen to Grace's observation and we're gonna close some tabs because it's definitely getting out of control. You don't need to see how I close tabs. Okay, let's see. This is over here. Maybe you do need to see it. Either way, guys, if you have any more questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And yeah, let's keep going. Okay, yeah, I closed most of the things. Happy, Chris? Cool. Water break. That didn't work. Water break, please.
Water break activated. It's good to be hydrated.
Nice. Grace says yes. Awesome. Okay, yeah, so I was actually wanting to talk. I don't know what's going on with the color of things. Why is everything changing? Either way, I'll fix it for the next stream. Hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah, never mind. Things are a bit blue. So yeah, something I wanted to talk about today was a bit of the... am I too far from the microphone? Maybe I am. Okay, yeah. Talking about writing process, you know, like figuring out a nice way to write some long form content. And that's definitely something I've been struggling with. And I've been trying to make Obsidian be the solution for that, but sometimes I'm not super sure that's the best way to approach things. So I've been using an app called Scrivener, right? And I would love to know if you guys have ever heard of it, if you've tried it. Let's actually make a poll about it, okay? Have you ever tried Scrivener? I hope I'm spelling it correctly. Yes, no? Yeah, let's just ask that question then. Can I add more? Yeah, add option. Here it is. Yes, no. Okay, yeah, there we go. So that's a poll. So it'd be awesome if you guys can give me your feedback on that. Did I spell it correctly? Yeah, there you go. So yeah, right now there's a poll that you should be able to see on the top of the chat. And yeah, let me know if you ever heard of Scrivener. If not, let me know if you are interested in it. Either way, so Mike says a nice question in here, so we're gonna read it. Thank you, Mike. Take it away.
Michael is right now am I trying to have 2-column text in Obsidian? Not sure which approach to use, tables or some span HTML code. What do you use?
Nice, great question. Great question, Mike. So 2 columns, right? Personally, let me just pull this chair up a little. Yeah, so personally, I don't split things into columns myself. Like I'm trying to think if I've ever done that. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever done that. However, I am trying to figure out a solution for you. Let's take a quick look. Let's see. I mean, is there any plugin for that? I'm honestly not sure. But yeah, let's take a look. So if we go to community plugins, maybe like columns, split. I don't know, how else could we find it? You know, maybe the advanced table plugin could give you some sort of solution. Like you say, yeah, maybe tables might be the best way to go about it. Not really sure. Yeah, I think that could be the best way. Honestly, I can't think of any other way to do it. You know, like if we just do a table in here. There we go. So yeah, like I think table would be the best way to do it. As you can see right now, I'm using a bit of the built-in functionality of tables, and with this you can also use some of the plugin for tables that can help you make tables a bit easier and a bit better. So yeah, like column 1 and column 2. And of course, when you have this in split view, split vertical, there you go, and you have this in preview, yeah, this is what things will look like. So text in here, yeah, you know. But then I'm thinking, let me just see if I have a better solution for you with some custom CSS code. I created one code once for tables, for making them a bit nicer, especially for images. Let me see if I have it here. Table border, is it this one? Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't really find it right now, and I might just like be making this more confusing. But like there's ways in which, for instance, if you don't like to see the, let me just move my face out of here. Yeah, so if you don't want to see the edges around the tables, like if you just want to have things being columns, there's definitely some CSS that you could apply to get rid of the borders of the tables, right? If you know what I mean. Let me just zoom into that a little. Yeah, like a way to get rid of this, and then that way you would be able to have 2 columns and have it a lot cleaner. Let me just see again. I thought I had something for that. Let me just turn this on. No, that didn't do much. I have a bit of code for removing the lines. Hide folder. And again, I'm doing this with CSS snippets. Table border. Yeah, I might just have some code somewhere in my laptop, so right now I can't find it. But honestly, I can't remember if I shared it in this video that I made, but just in case, I think it's worth mentioning, just in case you find it helpful. I did make a video about something similar to this, and it is one for dealing with images. Where is it? This one right here. Yeah, so create an image gallery. As you can see, that is displaying images without displaying the lines between the tables, and that could definitely help you. Where did I put the code? It might be this one. Table border. Yeah, right now I don't want to mess with things too much, but like maybe that code or a variation of the code that I have in that description could help you. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. Sorry I can't be of more help. I don't know why it's not working for me right now. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. Easier with split view. I was already tired of always hitting. Yeah, I get you. You know, the split view is definitely an annoyance. I do hope like they release like the new version of making things work without having to go from edit mode to preview mode, but rather having one place to see it all, to visualize it all. That's a good idea, to check a CSS to get rid of borders. Yeah, I honestly think that might be the best solution, but yeah, I still don't think it's like the best. If you really need this, you know, like, well, I mean, it really is up to you, but like in Notion is a lot easier to do something like that. You can just drag the block wherever you want it, and it's a lot easier to do that. Mateus, is that correct? Let me know if it's Mateus. Thank you for being here, man. Really appreciate it. And yeah, it's up to you. Where am I based on? So I am from Ecuador, South America, right? And it's kind of an underground country. So let me show you where it's at in the map. There it is. Okay, Ecuador map. Yeah, so it's a small country in South America. Come on, I want to zoom in. I wanted to go to Google Maps, but I don't want to reveal my location just in case it by default shows my location, you know, just to be safe. Not that anyone will come down to Ecuador to rob my house, but you just never know. Either way, yeah, here it is. Okay, that's a good view of it. That's where I'm at. So this is South America, and that's where I'm at. That little country over there. That's a bit small, but you get the idea. Copy image address. There we go. Yeah. This one right here. That's where I'm at. That's where I live. I was living in Cuenca. No way! That's amazing. A lot of bananas. Heart. That's awesome. Yeah, no way. That's crazy. Yeah, so Cuenca is south from where I live. I live in the capital of Ecuador, and that's Quito. And that's kind of like one of the biggest cities, but Cuenca is another one of the biggest ones. So that's amazing. Yeah, that's so cool. Yep. Cool. So Anish has another question. Let's see.
Enish Shrest, who I have been using Logsec for quite a while now, would love to know, how are you processing notes in Logsec?
Okay, the text-to-speech says Logsec, like everyone else, but I talked to the creator and it's pronounced Logseq. So just in case anyone has had it wrong, it's always worth correcting my assistant pronouncing it wrong. You know, the text-to-speech. But yeah, either way, great question, Anish. Yeah, so Logseq is amazing. I mean, I honestly want to explore it a lot more, and I've been updating my Logseq course, which, in case you're not familiar, is this one right here. Yeah, I've been working on this for a bit, but I definitely want to keep adding more stuff to it. And yeah, like Logseq is an amazing tool. I'm honestly super excited to see it grow. I was thinking it was gonna go a bit more mainstream a bit quicker. I thought it was gonna be stable a bit quicker just because the guys that are developing are just amazing. So I'm still kind of waiting for it to go bigger, but I definitely want to help with making it more mainstream. If anything, I think it's like the best Roam Research alternative. You know, but how I process them, I just use the daily notes. I put everything in the daily notes, and then I turn things into a Zettelkasten. Again, like if you guys are interested in that, definitely let me know, because I'd love to talk more about it, how I use Logseq. But yeah, if enough of you are interested in that, I could definitely show you right now. If not, I'll definitely make a video about it. Either way, I'm really interested to see how the poll is doing. So I was asking, have you ever tried Scrivener? 33% of you are saying yes, 50% no, and 17 are saying I've heard of it. So the most are no, which is interesting because I've heard of it for a while, but I haven't used it until literally last week, or what is it, like 3 days ago? Yeah, and I spent the whole day learning it, and I'm super excited for it, and it's such a great tool for writing, so I'm super interested in it. Anish, I am from Nepal. Whoa, yeah, awesome, that's amazing. What is the time for you, Anish, right now? What is the time over there? For me, it's 10 a.m. I mean 10:46 a.m. But yeah, awesome. Mike, take it away.
Mike, let's say thanks. BTW, do you write your books in English or other language?
Yeah, so I write my books in English. I have a book that is kind of semi-ready for publishing. Honestly, to be honest with you, I've just been afraid of publishing it. I don't know, it's a scary thing to do. I've been working on it for a few years now, and it's scary to get it out there. It's a book on philosophy, and it's a book, and yes, it's in English. I try to write everything I do in English, just because I think it's a language that is more, how do you say it? It has a wider reach, let's say. Yeah, like if I were to write in Spanish, which is my first language, I feel like it wouldn't reach us. I don't know, like, I mean, there's a lot of people in the world that speak Spanish, right? Like, but the thing is, like, are all of them interested in things such as philosophy? You know, this could be a bit of a xenophobic comment that I'm making, but I honestly believe there's a bigger audience for philosophy, productivity, and those kind of things in English compared to like in Spanish. I might definitely be wrong, but I'm honestly a bit more passionate about sharing what I share in English. Like all of my idols, mentors, people I admire, they speak English. So a lot of the things that I consume that I've learned from others are in English. So that's why I write it in English. And yeah, Mike is saying I agree, it's scary. Yeah, Mike, I'd love to know. Are you currently writing a book yourself? Have you published anything? I mean, I'd love to hear about it. If you had, please drop a link. I'd love to check your book and would love to learn more about it. And he's just saying it's 9:32 p.m. here. Yeah, nice. Wow. Yeah, that's literally the other side of the world. It's 10 a.m. for me. So thank you for being here. Hope it doesn't get too late for you. I go to bed really early, so if I were you, I would be getting ready to go to bed. I try to go to bed around 10:30. Yeah, something like that. But either way, thanks for being here, Anish. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so let me take a look at the poll. I wanted to show you something really cool. I wanted to show you a really funny poll that I posted this morning. I think it must be published. Yeah, here it is. Okay, let me show you. Actually, I love if you guys could participate in this, but like either way, this is what it is. It's a poll that I posted in my YouTube channel in the YouTube community tab, which in case you're not familiar how to access this, if you're still new to like this new section of YouTube, if you go to my channel, which of course you can just do, let's do it from the scratch. So yeah, you go Santi Younger, you go here, and then you go to community, okay? And then in here, you can see the poll that I made for the wider public, you know? And I wanted to see what people are thinking about Notion, because I'm starting to create a Notion course, because I think it's an amazing tool. And even though you might use Obsidian or Logseq as your primary tool, I still think Notion is an amazing one, an amazing tool that is definitely worth learning, and I want to teach it for other purposes, not necessarily just for note-taking, but more for project management, perhaps some task management, but definitely organizing information in an advanced way. So I was asking, what is your current relationship status with Notion? And I have single, serious relationship, divorce is complicated, X, you know, that you don't use it anymore. And yeah, definitely go check it out. Please vote. I'd love to know your opinion on this. Seems like most people say it's complicated. I use it, but it's not my main app. And someone left a comment. Let's see what they said. Yeah, I'll definitely read this later, but it's really interesting. Like, I'd love to know what your guys' opinion is on this, and if you're actually interested in a Notion course, please let me know, you know? Yeah, because of course, everything I do is with the intent of being of service to you, helping you, and if Notion is something that you're interested in, I can definitely speed up the process of making the Notion course that I'm working on. Take it away. Thanks for being here, by the way.
Plessy Matthews, located in Kuwait. Will you be taking your Obsidian course to cover the advanced issues as it grows?
Yeah, great question. Thank you so much for your great question. Yeah, so, you know, I've been debating on this quite a bit. So if you take a look at my Obsidian course, which again, like if in case you want to find it, you can always go to my website, santiyounger.com, and then click on courses, and that will take you to my different courses, like I have a Luxy course as well, but yeah, either way, that will take you to here, right? So yeah, my Obsidian course, as you can see right now, covers mostly the fundamentals, mostly the basics, right? So like it's things such as, how to set up a vault, literally getting started. What is Markdown? How does it work? Let me just make this in dark mode, if I can. No, I can't. Either way, forget it. Using links, tags, this kind of stuff. And then I do talk a bit about like how to set up an outlining setup with Obsidian, which is pretty nice. CSS snippets, which is slightly more advanced. But honestly, even though there's so many things I want to cover about the advanced use cases of Obsidian, I'm still debating and I'm honestly haven't had a clear answer yet. I don't think I'll put it on the same Obsidian course. If I end up covering like really advanced topics, things such as how to do assetto casting, how to organize information, how to use Vim shortcuts, which is something I'm really passionate and I've been planning to do for such a long time, but I haven't gotten around to it. Perhaps those things I might package in a different product. So that could be either a workshop where I have like I do one-on-one consulting. So if there's any one of you that is interested in me helping you with your particular projects, your particular setup, or anything that you want to have my input on, I definitely already do that. So if you can reach out to me anytime, you just go to my website, go to contact, and that's definitely something I'm already doing for more advanced things. So you can go here to contact me, and yeah, you can reach out either through email, which is lower below, or you can just fill up this form. Either way, but for making something that is a bit more accessible regarding advanced topics and advanced concepts about Obsidian, I have been thinking about doing this kind of separate workshop, which is something where maybe I have a limited amount of people that sign up to it, and then we all talk about the more advanced stuff. I might also do a course in the future for just the advanced things in Obsidian, but honestly, I don't have a clear answer. However, I do want to be straightforward and say that maybe this course, if you're looking for advanced things out of my course right now, you do have to understand that it's mostly made for the fundamentals, for the beginner, for getting started with Obsidian. So if you already know Obsidian pretty well, this course might not be the best suit for you. However, reaching out to me directly or maybe showing your interest in something like a workshop would be the best way to go about it. So yeah, thank you for your question. Really appreciate it. Cool. Yeah, Mike. Okay, take it away. I'll make the text-to-speech read it for you. Here it goes.
Mike, listen, I wrote a fantasy book. Unfortunately, it's in Russian. I wanted to try to write in English now. Same reason, broader audience.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely easier to, I don't know if easier, but there just seems to be more reach in English. So I agree, but yeah, that's really crazy. Congratulations for publishing your book, man. That's incredible. It's such a big challenge, man. I've been stuck in it. I'm honestly scared of it. I'm scared of putting myself out there. Even though I like what I wrote, like the book that I wrote on philosophy, is something that I'm proud of. It's a bit too short of a book. That's another thing I'm self-conscious about. I know I want to expand it over time. It's a compilation of short stories that teach you Stoic philosophy, but it's just quite a short book, and I'm still kind of I'm still undecided if I want to publish it at its current length or not. Either way, maybe a Remnode course too. Yeah, hey Steven, thank you for being here, man. Really appreciate it. It's always good to see you. Yeah, I mean, Remnode is an amazing tool. I have considered making a course on it. It's not the current app that I use right now. I find it a lot easier to make courses. Excuse me. I find it a lot easier to make courses on apps that I'm currently using. However, I did get myself familiar with Remnode, and I definitely think I could make a beginner's course from Remnode. It's definitely something that is in my list. So yeah, I'm glad that there's interest. So thank you for showing interest. I'm definitely interested in an Obsidian advanced course. Yeah, okay, Mike, I appreciate it. Definitely, even if you want, workshop sounds interesting, that's awesome. I'll definitely keep you updated on this. If you can, please send me a message. Just go to my website again. It's just here in contact me. Definitely let me know what you would like to see out of a workshop course or an Obsidian course. What are the questions that you might have? What you would like to tackle? What would you like me to tackle in that course? Because that would definitely give me a lot of insights on what would be the best way to approach it, because there's just so much to cover and I need to narrow it down. Hey Anish, cool. Let me read your question out loud with a text to speech, just so that I can rest my throat a little.
Enish Shrestha also, I have been noticing you are using 3D based thumbnails. Are you using Blender? Cause at one point I tried to recreate similar thumbnail like you.
Yeah, hehe, sorry. Yeah, no, great question, man. Yes, I am using Blender, and it is something that I definitely want to talk more about in the future. But right now, yeah, that's what I use for creating my thumbnails. Where am I going? Videos. Yeah, so if you see my thumbnails, they're most of them are on 3D, and I do use Blender for it. So yeah, I mean, it's a great tool that I absolutely love. Guys, I'm gonna take a little break. I need to go to the bathroom real quick because I definitely don't want to cut the stream short just because I need to go to the bathroom. But yeah, let me just put a be right back in here. I just drank too much water, guys. That's what happened. But there's so many good questions, so I'm gonna tackle yours. Please don't go away. I'll definitely be back in just 1 second. Let me just leave a little message in here for you. Be right back. Cool. Literally 2 minutes or less. Cool. Be right back, guys. But please don't go away because I'm gonna tackle your questions. You have great questions. Be right back. Be right back. Be right back. All right, I'm back. So sorry I had to go, but yeah, when you have to go, you have to go, man. Like, I had to go to the bathroom in case anyone just arrived. I'm so sorry. It's literally the first time I had to take a break in the middle of a stream, but yeah, I just wanted to be, out of the way with having to go to the bathroom so that I don't have to be like looking forward to the end of the stream because I'm having tons of fun. But yeah, either way, thanks guys. Okay, so mine has this question right here.
Mindiz Ethiopia. I watch someone the videos of the guest on Linking Your Thinking showcase their use of Obsidian, and I wonder how long will it take to achieve their level of expertise?
Weeks or months? Yeah. No, good question. Actually that's a great channel, of course. I do admire Nick quite a lot, Linking Your Thinking, because he's managed to create like big following for Obsidian, man. Like, it's incredible. Like, I'm jealous, definitely. Definitely jealous of what he's been able to achieve. But like, yeah, like there's really good interviews in here, people that are used Obsidian, and yeah, like you say, they're pretty advanced. I've talked to Eleanor, she's really cool. There's some people in here that I kind of know, at least from the internet, of course. But yeah, I mean, I honestly think a lot of these are either people that are already researchers, already writers, so they have a lot of the frameworks in order to achieve this kind of stuff, you know? So it's not like they literally downloaded Obsidian and they spent like a month or two and then they were geniuses. Like, it's been a journey for them. So honestly, it depends on what you want to achieve. I honestly think that mastering Obsidian, you know, like getting good at it, aside from like, you know, certain things such as, you know, using code to make things a bit more advanced and like that kind of stuff, taking that aside, I do think like getting good at Obsidian, getting good at organizing things, if you develop a system and you spend enough time in it, it's just a matter of months. I don't even think years. I don't know. I'm going to throw a number at you. Like if you spend literally every day working at least a little bit on your system in Obsidian, 3 months? I don't know. Of course it depends, and it depends on what you're trying to do. But Minds, I'd love to know actually what is the... what is the plan for you? Like, what do you want to get out of Obsidian, you know? I don't necessarily think we should all have like a specific goal. What do you want to get out of something? But at least what is kind of like your direction, just so that I have a better understanding of what is it that you want to, what direction are you taking with what you want to get out of Obsidian. So I'd love to know that. Publishing is like getting outside naked, very scary. For anyone that's new, we're talking about publishing a book or publishing something that you've been working on. Yeah, it's definitely like that. I completely agree. It's definitely scary and it takes a lot of courage to do it. And like I was saying, I'm scared of publishing my book. It's been a process that has been on standby for so long because I have like a publishable book for over a year now. Like it's been there sitting, just gathering dust. And yeah, hopefully we can do it, guys. Like I would love your support to like get me going, you know. So if you're interested in this, please send me a message. I'll definitely have something like you know, like a waiting list for when the book is released. I need to do that, so maybe next time we'll talk a bit more about that. But yeah, thanks Mike. I completely agree. Cool. Yeah, mine has a really cool comment in here, so let's just read this out loud. Here we go.
Mindiz Ethiopia. I write my books and upload the EPUB on some websites and some author sites, and when it gets popular enough I just publish them, but it is all in American. I'm writing one in English and now.
Long form. I don't know why the text-to-speech keeps cutting off at the very last word, but either way. No, great Minds. I mean, that's awesome. I write my books and upload the EPUB to some websites. Nice. So yeah, when it gets popular, you publish them. That's really cool. I was wondering, you know, I've been debating quite a lot. Let me just remove this be right back message. I just realized I'm already back. Yeah. No, yeah, that's a great point. You know, like I'd love to know what you think about publishing in Amazon, because at first I was super against it. I was like, no, I just want to be a self-published author, like 100% just in my website. You know, but like that's something that I wasn't, you know, that I've been debating quite a lot. Like, but recently I've been changing my mind a little bit more, and the reach that I could get from publishing at Amazon would be amazing. No way. Mateus, you're amazing. Thank you so much for the super chat, I believe it's called. Super chat, right? I'm still new. I just activated it literally, I think today I got access to the super chat where you can donate and get your comments in here. So Mateus, thank you so much. You are the very first person to do the super chat on my live streams, because I'm still fairly new to live streaming. So thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Let's read your amazing question. So Mateo says, thanks for all the knowledge shared and good vibes you put always on, man. Your contributions has helped me a lot with Obsidian. Gracias, mi pana. Gracias a ti, Mateus. You just made my day. I just gotta say, this makes me super happy, the fact that you see value in my work, that you went out of your way to, you know, to do this. Honestly, it moves me, man. And I don't want to get too sentimental or anything, but I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please, you know, I don't know what's the best way to contact you, but I definitely want to contact you. And yeah, I don't necessarily want you to drop your email in here. So please go to my website and just send me a quick message, just so that I have your email. Just be like, hey, I'm Mateus. That's it. Please do it, man, right? I would really appreciate it, because there's no easy way to contact you directly through YouTube. But man, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Really means a lot. You have a badge of honor for being the first one to contribute in a live stream. Well appreciated, man. Really, thank you so much. Saludos desde México. Daniel, saludos desde Ecuador. Qué bueno tenerte aquí. It's great to have you here, man. appreciate it. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have anything that you're struggling with, drop it in the comments. We'd love that. Thank you for answering all. Wait, what happened to me? I kind of lost track of what I was reading. Okay, Boyan says, thank you for answering the previous question. I'll look into your extension recommendations. Yeah, definitely. Let me know if there's anything else I can help with. And we have quite a few comments, guys. You guys are awesome. Okay, Minds is saying the following. Let's go ahead.
Mindy's Ethiopia, and a recent problem I found out is that you can't resize your images from Imgur, and I hate it when one image takes up half a page, so I found this trick. Image.png.
But it doesn't work for links. Yeah, that's a great trick for images inside of Obsidian. Yeah, if anyone else is curious, I mean, that's a great tip in general. Like, it's such a good idea to be able to resize images in preview mode. Well, so that in preview mode, they look a different size. If you guys want me to show you what Minds is talking about, definitely let me know. But if not, yeah, 100% agree. That's one of the best ways to do it by far. Cool, yeah, so Boyan has this question right here. Let's see.
Boyan Anakov, how do you use Notion primarily? I find it's useful as a relational database to store certain lists, things I can quickly look up but seems clunky and slow. Any experience with Airtables or Coda?
Yeah, great question. I honestly have been really curious about Airtable. If I'm being honest with you, I just didn't want to pay for an extra service when I already had Notion. I honestly, because a lot of the things that I do when I learn software is trying to teach it, I always try to find what is the most accessible software that people can either have for free or for very cheap. And Notion is definitely one of those top up there because you could use it for free and it works really great. So that is something that I like about Notion on top of, or better than Airtable. I have taken a look at Coda, but I haven't used it, to be honest. Airtable, I've kind of like literally 5 minutes of playing with it, but honestly, I don't know much about Airtable yet. Honestly, I think Notion has been less clunky recently. I was always annoyed by how slow it was, but it's getting better. It's definitely getting better by the minute. You know, you can do really advanced things in Notion that you can't just do in Obsidian. And well, just to give you an example, there's tons of like applications that work on top of Notion that are pretty advanced. Just to give you an example is this one right here, where I create this form, this contact form in here that I created inside of Notion. I can embed in my website, and now this form goes to a table inside of my Notion, and that's how I reply to emails. It's a really cool thing, and it's powered by Notion Forms, which, yeah, I definitely plan to make a video about this in case you're interested. But stuff like that. Let me just open my Notion app real quick. Let me just make sure there's nothing of sensitive information. But yeah, no, it's a good question. I do believe that Notion is an amazing tool. And yeah, I've kind of I never hated on Notion fully, but I was out of it and now I'm back in it. So yeah, either way. So yeah, here's my Notion. I use it for tons of things. For instance, when I was deciding what computer I was gonna buy, I had a whole gallery, which is something that you just can't easily do inside of Obsidian. Not this way, not in such a dynamic way. I had all the pieces for the computer that I bought, which is of course this beauty right here that I love. And yeah, I was trying to decide option 1, option 2, this is the processor, this is the different pieces that I want to get. And I managed to do this very easily in Notion, whereas in Obsidian it would have taken me ages. So this is, for instance, a really good example of a use case of Notion. I always talk about this, but also for instance, the fact that I control my whole website from inside of Notion is something you just cannot do, at least not in this way with Obsidian. There's workarounds. Okay, I lied. You could do it, but it's a lot harder. And it requires knowing some code or using Obsidian Publish. But if you use Obsidian Publish, your website, or your nodes rather, is more of a digital garden of Obsidian Publish. That will look just like everyone else's. Whereas if you do it with Notion, there's ways to do it either for free or for paid. I do it for paid with something called Super. And to me, this website looks incredible and it's very easy to update. It's very easy to organize information in advanced ways. So yeah, that's definitely where I'm at with that. Let me know if you have any more follow-up questions. Cool, let's have this Red.
Red Smith, hi Santi. Thank you too much for the Obsidian. I'm using that app now for my projects and work.
Red, Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, man. Really appreciate it. And yeah, Obsidian is a main tool, man. What did I say? Obsidian is an amazing tool, so I'm happy you're enjoying it. Let's see what Minds is saying. Minds, you're on fire. Thank you so much for all the great questions and thoughts.
Mindiz Ethiopia. I use Obsidian for taking notes and doing some research, but I just like how Jonathan Splitlog from Light uses his Obsidian, especially the home note.
Nice. I haven't seen that video, so I'm actually gonna take your recommendation and I'm gonna add that to my watch later. So who did you say? Jonathan? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that later, so I appreciate it. Watch later. And I'm also gonna add it to my Mind. This really cool app. Obsidian watch later. PKM. It already detected attack automatically, so let me show you this. Open my mind. Open my mind. There you go. And that opens like this really cool application that I'm using for, yeah, just for organizing everything I collect on the internet. Let me just close a lot of this stuff. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so here I have it saved. I mean, this app is so cool, man. Like, I'll tell you something that I'm kind of pissed about. My Mind is an application that I want to make a video about. And I've reached out to the creators because it's like the perfect bookmark manager. Very visual, very easy to search. Like anything related to Obsidian, it will just filter it there. Anything related to Vim, OBS, or like Logseek, do I have anything? Yeah. It just saves it there, you know, it's incredible, super quick. And I'll tell you one of my frustrations lately. I've been wanting to collaborate with the creators of my Mind, and they've rejected me like 3 times already. Not that, I don't think they want to reject me, they just say like, right now we're not focusing on our marketing. I've been wanting to collaborate, and yeah, I mean, I'm still talking about it because I think it's a great app, but yeah, it'd be awesome to be able to collaborate with them. Red Smith says, the Kanban extension for Obsidian is very cool and useful. Yeah. No, it's great. I agree. For anyone not familiar, Reddit's talking about this application or this plugin that I made for this video right here. So how to create visual boards. So yeah, definitely check this out if you want to know more about it. This one right here. But yeah, that's the idea. Have you tried standard notes? Okay, hold your horses. Well, first, Skanda, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Really cool name, by the way. Skanda, where are you from? Really cool name. Either way, have you tried standard notes? Do you mean, is there an app called Standard Notes? Because if so, I'm not familiar with it, so let me know. And if you just mean standard notes as in plain text file, then yes. But let me know what you mean, because I'll have to know what you actually mean so that I don't answer with like with like gibberish. Either way. Yeah, so most people haven't tried Scrivener in the poll. If you haven't, I'm gonna end that poll so that you can see it. But yeah, most people haven't tried it. And yeah, I think it's an amazing app. If you want, I can show you, just so that you're familiar with it. Now, this is gonna be perfect for those of you that are trying to either write a book or you're writing a lot. You know, you're writing maybe like a lot of long form content that you want to like put together in a way that is coherent and in a way that you can work on it for you know, longer periods of time. I think this app works really well for blog posts as well as maybe script for videos perhaps, and definitely for books. I mean, it's the perfect app for books and I'm really impressed with it. Again, I'm pretty new at it, but I've spent countless hours going through the tutorial and it's incredible. So let's open it. I'm gonna just open Scrivener. Let me just see what project it opens on first, just so that, yeah, I can show you the correct one. Open recent. Oh yeah, okay, so we're gonna open the tutorial. Yeah, here we go. Don't worry, I'll change to my screen in just 1 second. I just want to clean up my desk a little bit. There we go. So yeah, this one's Scrivener right here. It's an amazing tool. Of course, the very first thing that I did was make it dark mode. And yeah, this is like the tutorial that if you go to help, you can see the interactive tutorial, and it's kind of using Scrivener's structure to show you how Scrivener works. And it's genius. It's genius. It's definitely tedious to go through this tutorial. Like, it's not the most user-friendly. Oh, something happened to my screen. It's not going into, that's really weird. It's not going into a little square. That's really annoying. I'll try to fix it in a second. But yeah, either way, the idea is that you have... Oh man, what happened there? Camera 1. Camera 2. Camera 1. Scene 2. Something's broken. I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah, either way, never mind. We're just gonna have to cut myself out a little bit. I'll just put it there. It's so annoying though. Either way, it's not that bad. Okay. So yeah, Scriveners are an amazing tool where you can just organize information and just have like different chapters for a book or different chapters or sections for whatever you're writing, and then you can just rearrange them. So I'm just gonna mess up this tutorial. It doesn't matter. I'll refresh it later. But yeah, you can just, maybe you have a chapter on this topic and you just want to reorganize how it looks. And then from there, you can just take different documents. Let's say something like this. And now you can see it all in one long document. You get me? You know what I mean? Like it's kind of, yeah, I need to get better at explaining it. But either way, the idea is that you can just reorganize information. Say this chapter maybe works better down here and this one up there. And then maybe you have sub-chapters for something. And then you just grab anything. You can see it all in one long format content, you know? So it's great for writing blog posts. Of course, amazing for writing books, scripts for videos. Anything that you're writing on, I think is an amazing place to actually put things together. So yeah, I mean, I'd love to know what you think of it. Definitely can explore it further. Cool, Minds. Let's see what else you're saying. You're on fire today. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here.
Mindy's Ethiopia. I use Kanban too, but it was kind of buggy, so I had to create an external program with Python that drags my Google Keep boards to Obsidian. We'll upload it as a plugin
to Obsidian maybe someday. Again, I don't know why the text-to-speech is cutting off at the end, but either way, I'll fix that some other time. That's amazing. Please upload that as a plugin. That'd be incredible because Google Keep is just amazing. I honestly stopped using it, replaced it for my Mind, which again is this app right here. So yeah, I replaced my Google Keep for this one right here. But no, Google Keep is amazing, and the thing I really like about it is that it's very accessible, very easy for people to use, and also because it's free, it's very accessible. So I like that, and I think that's a great idea. So yeah, Minds, please let me know. Like, please reach out if you post that, because I definitely want to keep an eye on that. Yeah, that's definitely cool, right? Cool. So Minds is saying, can you tell me more about the Obsidian Publish you talked about earlier? I'm thinking of starting my own blog post. Yeah, okay, so Obsidian plugin, what am I saying? Obsidian Publish. Wait, first let me take water break.
Water break activated. It's good to be hydrated.
Well, yeah, definitely I need to get better at speaking because I just force my throat a lot, and by now my throat is hurting. But either way, just one more water break.
Water break activated. It's good to be hydrated.
Okay, yeah, so back to Obsidian Publish. Let me just take a look. I was using Obsidian Publish quite a lot. Here it is, yeah, here's mine. I honestly don't know if I'll continue to use it. I'm still kind of debating what is my purpose for it. But like right now, as you can see in here, just move the camera a little bit because you can't see me that well. There you go. As you can see in here, this is my Obsidian Publish. Is using my theme. I just think it's also using dark mode. Let me just... There we go. Never mind. It's kind of weird. But either way. So yeah, talking about Obsidian Publish. This is what is compiling from some of my notes that I have in Obsidian, where I set up which particular notes I want to be sent to Obsidian Publish. There it is. Yeah, okay, cool. So I have some CSS as well that lets me kind of control certain aspects of it. But yeah, you can set it up in different ways. You can make it look like Obsidian quite a lot more, or you can actually kind of like tweak it a little bit so that you don't have that left sidebar, that kind of stuff. And overall, it's just a really easy way to publish your notes, the notes that you have in Obsidian. So it's a really nice way to just easily publish. Like for instance, here I have some of my book notes. I do plan to reformat this and maybe move this to my main website, But before I had my book notes, I used to have my Zettelkasten notes in my Obsidian Publish. But I recently kind of changed that, so I'm still kind of debating what's the best way to approach that. But right now in here, for instance, I have my book notes for one of my favorite books, which is Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer Maria Rilke. This guy is just incredible. And as you can see, you have a nice table of contents that just takes you to different sections of this. And yeah, I mean, you have a lot of nice advantages like that. Like, it's easy to navigate, it looks good, and more than anything, it's really easy to publish from inside of Obsidian, right? So yeah, that's basically how it looks. Now, the way it works, it's pretty easy. Like, let me see in Obsidian. Okay, so I have it set up for a separate vault, okay? So this is my main vault in Obsidian. So I don't have it set up in here. I actually have a separate vault for my Obsidian Publish, just because I didn't want to publish most of my notes. So this was the easiest way to do it. So what you need to do is you just go to, after of course going to the website and going to Obsidian. Of course, this is a paid service by Obsidian, publish, and yeah, you can buy it now. It's up to you if you think it's a good price or not. Do keep in mind that the price is gonna go. This is actually something important that I think it's good to discuss. The price of Obsidian Publish and Obsidian Sync is going up in 2 days. So Thursday, right? Yeah, on Thursday the price is doubling. So like, if you think this is worth it, definitely at least pay for 1 month of it now. The same thing with Obsidian Sync, because the price is going up, man, and it's gonna get not that affordable anymore. Especially Obsidian Publish, like, it's gonna be $20, and I think for most people, they might as well just pay for Squarespace or like the one that I use, which is Super. That is pretty much the same. Like, this one is, how much is it? $12 a month. It's a bit expensive as well, but like Obsidian Publish to me had the advantage that it was a little bit cheaper. But once it goes to $20 a month, I'm not really sure how much I would recommend it personally. I still have torn feelings about this, but if you think it's worth it, if you think it's something that either way, like, you might be wanting to use eventually, I do recommend that you at least pay for a month now, because that will secure you in the early bird pricing. And again, I made a video about this for Obsidian Sync recently in my YouTube channel, and I just want to make it clear that I don't get anything out of this. Like, I really don't get any benefits out of promoting any of these software or services for Obsidian. I just think it's kind of crazy that the prices are going up, and I definitely want to help those of you that are interested in it to try to secure yourself the early bird pricing as soon as you can. So yeah, that's my take on that. But yeah, I was showing you something. Because this is broken, I just need to move my camera manually. Either way, so yeah, in here, after you pay for Obsidian Publish, you need to go to account and log in, and then you need to go to core plugins and turn on Publish. Here it is. So you turn it on, and then you're going to be able to see Publish somewhere down here. Actually, wait, where is it? Publish. I can't see it here. Yeah, again, I don't use this vault for doing my publish, so I don't know why it's not showing. It's really weird. Really weird. But either way, you get a tab similar to the one of Sync, and then in there you can decide which folders or which specific sections of publish you want to publish. Let me see why it's not showing publish. Yeah, no, I don't want to mess with it because I have an Obsidian Publish set up with another vault and I might mess things up. But yeah, that's the idea. What are you saying, Minds?
Mindy's Ethiopia. I literally have some programs I created for Obsidian, but the thing is they use some Linux commands and if it will be cross-platform and work for everyone, but I think I might find
some way around. Yeah, that'd be really cool, because honestly, like, especially the one that you said of Google Keep, that plugin for interacting with Obsidian, I think is a great idea. I definitely think a lot of people will benefit from it. So yeah, definitely take a look if you can make it cross-platform, because I get your frustration. Like, I was also able to do certain things that could be useful to share how I achieve in Linux, but again, most people don't use Linux, so I was always struggling with that. But now that I'm in Windows and I'm learning some advanced workflows, I'm definitely excited about testing certain things out and teaching them. Cool. Guys, I'd love to know if you have more questions. If not, my throat is definitely hurting, but I'm happy to keep going, guys. If you want to keep going, I'm happy to keep going. Where's my... Never mind. I was solving the Rubik's Cube yesterday, and I managed to film my new record. My record of 37 seconds in a Rubik's Cube. And sometimes, like, you know, when I just need to, like, relax, I just solved my Rubik's Cube, so I was probably gonna get it, but it's in the other room. But yeah, yesterday I managed to break my record for my Rubik's Cube solving time, and it was 37 seconds, and I got it on camera, and I'm so excited about it. Either way. Okay, water break.
Water break activated. It's good to be hydrated.
Wait, sorry, I'm not sure if I understand what you meant. Like, so any is an ocean free as good. Okay. I think I know what you mean. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you meant is there an ocean free alternative, but Notion is kind of, it has a good free plan. But I think what you mean is the Notion free version good enough? And the answer, if that's the question, please let me know if it's not. The answer is definitely yes. It's really, really good. The only limitation that you have with the Notion free plan is just the limitation you have on inviting people to collaborate with, right? So if you want to collaborate on any specific note instead of Notion, if you want to collaborate with more than, I think it's 5 people, like I think you can have up to 5 guests across your whole Notion setup. I need to double check that, but either way, that's the limitation. If you want to collaborate with people overall, yeah, the free version is going to be limiting, but the paid version is pretty good for that. Like, it's really, really nice to use the free paid version for collaboration. And if you have an educational account that ends in .edu, you know, like an email that ends in .edu, then you can access the pro plan for free. So that's definitely a good tip. The free version is okay. The Notion site creating you used. Sorry, I just kind of I struggled reading, but I know what you mean. Okay, so you're not talking about Notion, you're actually talking about the app that I use for publishing my website. So this one right here called Super. Burning my eyelids. Yeah, let's keep it dark mode. There we go. So yeah, this one, there is one free version that you can use, but it's pretty limited. Yeah, so like, I think you can create a site for free, but you have one big limitation, and that is that you cannot use templates. And you can't use CSS code. So yeah, it ends up looking kind of like a very generic site. Again, it's pretty nice. It still works. It's definitely, like, the reason why they have a free plan is mostly just to understand how it works so that later you upgrade. So I wouldn't recommend just the free plan for actually using it, but actually more for understanding if it's a good solution for you. Yusef, please let me know if I'm saying that right. Yusef, thank you so much for being here. Have you tried Doom Emacs? Yes, of course. I have been debating for quite a long time whether I like Spacemacs or Doom Emacs more, because at a point I was really trying to see if it was worth teaching one of them. I honestly think it's not that easy to teach. Just requires so much previous knowledge that it's kind of very difficult for me to teach Emacs overall. But Doom Emacs is incredible, and I am a Spacemac user, to be honest. Like, I was using Spacemacs for maybe over a year, and I still use it every now and again, especially for writing code. That is kind of like my code editor of choice, because I like being able to write in org mode and then export things into either a CSS file or anything I need, right? With Orgtangle, if you're familiar with that, it's really, really cool. So I kind of spend a lot of time customizing Spacemacs to make it work the way I like it. And then I did realize that Doom Emacs is faster. That is true. Doom Emacs is just a bit faster. Not a bit, quite faster. But because I was using Doom Emacs exclusively for a few months, but because I didn't want to configure everything from scratch, and because I had my Spacemacs configured how I liked it, I had to go back to Spacemacs. But with that said, I do recommend Doom Emacs. I think it's amazing. And I think if you have to choose between Spacemacs and Doom Emacs, I think Doom Emacs is a bit easier to get started. But personally, I like SpaceMax just because I've configured it a lot and I know the ins and outs of it a lot more than I do know do Emacs. Cool. Minds, throw it. Throw your question.
Mindiz Ethiopia. I use GitHub for my site. But what I mean is the thing that you said you use Notion to manage your website and you said you use the paid one. My question is
the free one as good? Yeah, so hopefully I answered it, but let me know. I mean, I know this message was sent after I answered it, but yeah, I mean, if I can compliment to what I said earlier, is the fact that, yeah, the free version of Super, which is the one that we're talking about for creating a website out of Notion, the free one is just made, it's not a trial because you can use it, but you have a couple of things. You have like this badge made by, let me just remove this thing out of the way so that you can see it. Yeah, you have this badge down here that says made with Super. So that is one of the limitations. And the other thing is that it's really kind of made just so that you make up your mind and then decide to pay for it later, because you do not have the ability to use the templates, which is one of the strongest parts of this. Like you can just like either buy or use one of the free templates in here, and from there you can build a website. So with the free version, you cannot do that. So yeah, if you're gonna use it, I definitely recommend paying for it, but I also understand that it might be a bit expensive. So yeah, I mean, you know, if you already have a nice website that you use with GitHub and you like that, then yeah, I mean, you know, that's definitely a good workflow. I used to do that in the past, but honestly, for me, it just was a bit overwhelming to update my website all the time. So yeah, I mean, actually having set up with Super has been very beneficial for me. Cool, guys. If you have any more questions, I'm always happy to tackle them. Yeah. Water break.
Water break activated. It's good to be hydrated.
Water break.
Water break activated. It's good to be hydrated.
Man, I was trying to solve this thing. I don't know what happened to the scene 2. Scene 2. Still working, but it's not resizing my face. So frustrated. Either way, I'll fix it after this. It's just that it's so annoying when these things get damaged in the middle of a stream. Either way, camera 1. Camera 1, please.
That's better. You got to say please.
There we go. Awesome. Cool, guys. If you have any final questions, I'm happy to tackle them. If not, I think we might be closing the stream soon, just because I'm frustrated that certain things break in the stream. But no, I mean, if you guys have any questions, of course, I'm more than happy to keep going because I'm having so much fun. Red, awesome. Thank you for your question. Let's read it out loud.
Red Smith. Good English. In my interview to work in Unreal Engine, I failed because my spoken English sucks. I understand very well in English but can't communicate verbally besides chat.
Where did you study? Yeah. Oh, Shitashi. What? Looks like I missed the live. Don't worry. We'll keep going just for you, so stick around. Shitashi, in case you don't know, guys. And by the way, Red, I'll tackle this comment because I have a lot to say about this. First, Red, what is your first language? I'd love to know because, you know, of course that changes things, and based on that, like I might have, well, not different answers or like different opinions, but like it's always interesting to know where you're coming from. Either way, Shitashi is the best. Shitashi, I was checking out your new theme, Yin Yang, and I'm so happy that everyone's like going crazy over it because it is an amazing theme. So yeah, I mean, it's so cool. So happy that you're making, like you're getting your fame by building all this cool stuff that you've been building on Obsidian. And I was checking CMenu out as well, the plugin that you created, and it's really cool as well. I tried to figure that once in the middle of the stream, but I failed miserably. After a few minutes, I got it, so it's definitely a good one. Always love watching your content. Thank you so much, Shitashi. Means a lot. By the way, Shitashi, someone was asking a question earlier because I saw that you were one of the judges for Fame. Yeah, Fame. You're pretty famous in Obsidian community now. But anyway, Shitashi, I saw that you were one of the judges for the for the contest of October for building the plugins or theme. So actually, someone was asking a question. It was something about like how to actually submit a pull request and if that is needed, because like a lot of us definitely struggle with GitHub a little bit. I'm pretty decent at GitHub, but like a pull request is something that a lot of people were struggling with earlier when we were talking about it. So when I submitted my themes, I just contacted the creators and they helped me just add it to the community themes. Is the only way to submit through doing a pull request? I don't know if you know this, but I thought I would ask. Either way, Red, back to your question. So yeah, you speak Russian and Spanish. Ah, qué bien. ¿Español es uno de tus primeros idiomas? Is it one of your first languages, or is it something that you spoke as a second language? Either way. So thank you so much. I mean, I do appreciate a lot the fact of, the compliment of my English. It means a lot. Yeah, I mean, my English has changed. Like, I started making videos when I was 14. And if you go back on my YouTube channel, I decided not to make any of that private because that has taken me where I am today. And I'm really excited. Well, I'm really grateful for how early I started making content on YouTube, age-wise, and you can tell my English was pretty terrible. And it's embarrassing, of course. And I was also really bad at talking to a camera. Not that I'm perfect now, but I'm getting better, getting more confident and so on. But either way, like English has been definitely something that I have always been passionate about. And in university, I think it got better for me because I started hanging out with native English speakers, people that were in their exchange programs here in Ecuador, South America. And I, for the first time, started talking English for extended periods of time. And that really helped me quite a lot. Of course, now making YouTube videos in English helps a lot. And also my girlfriend is from England, so we speak English most of the day. And that, of course, helps. So honestly, for me, it has been a matter of immersion. I also lived in England for 2 years. So that, of course, helped a lot. But honestly, for me, things changed when I started to speak English with native English speakers for extended periods of time. And that was before going to live to England. But yeah, either way. Yeah, I get you. It's definitely frustrating. It's definitely difficult when language is a barrier. If I can recommend something to you, it's definitely this app called Busuu that I really, really enjoy. And is one that I actually use quite a lot for learning Italian now. I talked about it in the past, but like they do have a really good section for English. And if you want to get better, it does have a lot of exercises for spoken English and just like talking to native people. So if you do not have the chance to speak to a lot of native English speakers, then something like this could definitely be good for you. It's called busuu.com. Yeah, really cool app. Either way, back to my face. Again, if anyone's new here, my whole setup kind of broke, so I'm having to move the camera whenever I move from my screen to my face. So yeah, apologies for that, but never mind. Okay, Yosef. Yosef, we talked in the past. You've sent me an email. I remember you now. Yeah, really cool. What he's saying, let's read it aloud, just to be fancy.
Yusuf Bouzakri, I gave up on Obsidian and I am just using Orgrome now and some other packages now.
Yeah, okay, interesting. So I was using Orgrome exclusively before I discovered Obsidian. I actually technically moved from Org mode to Obsidian, like the very first time I discovered Obsidian. I was using Org mode, or Orgrome more specifically is the one that I was using exclusively, and I think it's incredible. Honestly, one of the reasons why I decided to move was because I wanted to teach note-taking and I wanted to teach these things. And I just felt that Orgrome wasn't accessible, whereas Obsidian was. But honestly, I still think that even though Obsidian is a bit easier and easier to customize certain things, if you are someone technical, I think Orgrome is one of the best options you have out there. So yeah, definitely 100% support that. We have quite a few things. What are some of your favorite Obsidian YouTubers? I mean, I'm a good friends with Brian Jenks. Like, he's just an amazing guy. He jumps on this stream every now and again. The fact that I have to move the camera, you don't know how much that frustrates me. Like, I can't believe that it was broken midstream. Normally it resizes nicely. I'm a little square, but either way, okay, doesn't matter. Brian Jenks, he's just a boss. Like, he's just been taking over Obsidian like a boss. And he's actually doing something similar to what I'm doing, which is... This is crazy, man. I can't believe this. He's expanding to other applications. The reason why I'm laughing is because he just made a video one day ago about Taskade, which is an app that I enjoy, I like a lot. But I was also reached by the creator of Taskade to collaborate. And we're still talking about it. But literally every single person that contacts me also contacts Brian to make a video about it, and he's always one step ahead of me. He just published his video. The only thing that I think I was like, no, I don't even know, but for instance, Morgan is another one that I'm collaborating with the creator, and he also made a video about that. But you know, we have similar channels like in concept. Like we have Obsidian as one of our main applications that we talk about. We also like Logseek, both of us. I was first to Logseek before him, but he was definitely, I think he was first to Obsidian. I'm not sure. Either way, he's an amazing guy, you know. I love him. He's so good. He's so kind to me as well. Research Rabbit, this is one that I definitely need to check out. Danny Hatcher, another good friend of mine that was in the live stream earlier today. He definitely talks a lot about this one, and I definitely want to check it out. But yeah, I would say Brian Jenks is like the guy to go for Obsidian videos. There's another, what is he called? Obsidian, can't believe I forgot his name. He's a really cool guy. What is he? Let me see if he pops up in the top. He's an, yeah, this guy. Felipe Donadio. So he's from Brazil. We talked a little. Oh no, he cut his hair. He also made a video about Taskade because he's also been reached out by the creators of Taskade, same as me, but I've been a bit slow and I just haven't done it yet because I have so many videos on the line. He also made a first look at Logseek. Like, you know, this guy, he's making very similar content to me, but he's amazing. You know, he's awesome. I've talked to him quite a bit, or at least a bit, and he's a great guy. And he cut his hair. Can't believe that. I hope I don't have to cut my hair to catch up. Either way, yeah, that's my answer to the question. Sí, hablo en castellano. Nice. Qué bueno. Me alegro un montón. What type of Spanish? From Spain or from South America? Because my Spanish is very different to the Spanish, is the one from Spain, and Castellano is like a very general thing that, you know, some of us still, even though we're South Americans, we call Castellano, but some Spanish people also do that. So yeah, I would love to know. I plan so much with projects that I never get projects started. Procrastination. Do you suffer with this? If not, any tips to get over this? Yeah, of course I struggle with this like every single day. Yeah, I try to not be too hard on myself. Like, honestly, I have more projects that I can deal with almost always, and I write them down and I have them kind of organized, but I have so many projects that I never get started on or I make little progress on. I have a short film, an animated short film that I've been working on for a year, but honestly I did decide to postpone that one because like I have so many things going on right now. I'm trying to form this business, selling courses, and I'm making a full-time living out of this, so I definitely need to prioritize sometimes on things that allow me to keep doing this for a living. Woo! Sorry. But either way, with that said, I do have so many projects all the time, and I think the best way to deal with them is self-compassion. Like, don't be too harsh on yourself. Definitely take it easy, you know, like do not more than you can afford at that time. You know, like I'm saying that didn't, okay, let me explain that better. Yeah, like definitely try to know yourself, how much you can do at the same time, you know, how much can you deal with simultaneously, because I do have a threshold for like working on maybe 3, sometimes 4 projects at the same time, and I enjoy that. So some people might suggest like, oh, just focus on one thing and never do anything else. I don't believe in that. I think we should all be able to follow whatever gets our attention, whatever calls our interests, you know. So I definitely respect that part of you that makes you want to work on several projects at the same time. Like, don't try to judge yourself too much, but definitely take it easy, you know. Like, don't try to put yourself further than you should, you know. So that is my advice to you. And apart from that, yeah, try to develop a system that helps you organize. If you need to put some projects on standby, definitely have a way to know when a project's in standby, what projects are active. And honestly, I think Notion is the best tool for that. And that's definitely part of why I'm trying to make a Notion course to make these kind of things more accessible. So yeah, if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out directly. I'd love to be able to help and give you more guidance if I can. Or yeah, anything like that. Cool. What is Shitashi saying? Let's read it aloud.
Shitachi, yes, I see. Submitting your projects is still undecided. If you do want to submit your theme into the theme library, you will need to fork the Obsidian releases repo.
Cool, yeah, okay, that's good to know. In case anyone didn't see the previous conversation, this was about the Obsidian contest there is right now for anyone that wants to create an Obsidian theme, or let me just lower this a bit, or a Obsidian plugin. There's a nice contest in October, and Shitashi is one of the judges. So yeah, good to know. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. But yeah, definitely gotta submit my theme. I'm creating a new one just for the contest. So yeah, excited for that. I will try that app then. Thank you very much. Red, my pleasure. Happy to know that was helpful. Shitashi saying, first rename your CSS file to Obsidian CSS. Yes. Then fork the Obsidian release repo. Add your info to the community CSS themes JSON file and make a pull request. Perfect. Great instructions. I appreciate it, Shitashi. For anyone else interested in entering the contest, definitely take a look at that. Cool. If you have a project to submit to, I would hold on to it for now as the submission details haven't been ironed out yet. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm still working on mine, so I wouldn't submit it yet, but it's good to know that things will be a bit more clear as October comes. Cool. Boyan, let's just play this.
Boyan Anakov Sinsum watching on replay and not live. Getting back to the website update topic, there's also Netlify that syncs to GitHub if you need to distribute your website.
Yeah, that's a good tip for anyone else. We were talking about building a website. I use Netlify. That's what it's called, right? Netlify. I used to call it Netlify. But then I learned better. I think it's Netlify. Yeah, Netlify is an amazing service. I use it for free for publishing my website that I did from a static website generator called Gatsby. And I've also used Hugo. And those are incredible if you're a technical, tech-savvy person. If not, it's definitely kind of tricky. Netlify. Yeah. Yeah, I used to call it Netlify. I'm the worst. But yeah, Netlify is amazing. Highly recommended for tech-savvy people or people willing to become tech-savvy. Is not for like the mainstream person that wants to build a website. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. Are there any good tutorials on like building a static website generator site with Netlify? If so, maybe it could be good, but I don't think it's that easy. What's Netlify? Let me show you real quick. So let me open it real quick right here. So Netlify is, how do I explain it? Shitashi, can you help me? It's a service. Okay, I'm kind of ready, trying to cheat a little bit because I don't know. It's like a place to host a website. It's a place to build and deploy modern web pages. That's the best way I can explain it. It's like a place where you can, like, if you have code for a website and you are kind of like coding this with maybe some other tool, like the one that I was recommending is Gatsby. And again, this is mostly made for website generation. This one's one of my favorites, and the other one I highly recommend is Hugo, not the film, but Hugo the website generator. This one's a bit easier, I think, and also a bit faster, I find, but Gatsby is a bit more customizable. Either way, either one of these things, when you build a website with this, which you can do from Markdown files, which is incredible because I was using Obsidian to build a website through here, then you can use Netlify to build a website. Let me actually log in because I can show you one of my previous websites that I had in here. Let me just see if I can log in quickly. If not, I'll give it up. Cool, yeah, I'm in. Okay, yeah, here it is. Let me show you my face with the screen. There we go. Yeah, so this was my previous website built with Obsidian Markdown files through Gatsby, so through this one, into Netlify. And Netlify is, again, like this place where you can assign a domain name, which is something like santianger.com, for instance. You can connect that to a GitHub repository. A lot of technical jargon, like honestly, I need to get better at explaining this in basic terms. But yeah, this was my website made through Obsidian nodes, through Obsidian Markdown files, into GitHub, through Gatsby, into Netlify, and out into the world, right? Right now, this is not my main website, so I'm just using a free domain just because I like to keep it for cases like this when I want to show what my website used to look like. And yeah, here I have like all my blog posts, and I was writing these things straight from Obsidian and publishing it from there. And anything I updated there, as soon as I kind of pushed an update to the repository in GitHub. I know a lot of these things are just horrible words, repository, push, like what does this mean? But either way, you get the point. hopefully. And then this just allowed me to build my website from Markdown files. It sounds great in paper, but I must tell you, if you're not tech savvy, it's pretty difficult, and you do require terminal knowledge, at least a little bit, not necessarily, but at least a little bit. Learning GitHub, definitely, at least a little bit, and learning Hugo or Gatsby, at least a little bit, and a little bit of Netlify. This one is not that hard, but like, yeah, either way. It's a service used to deploy and host your projects. Yeah, that's the best way to explain it. Thanks, Shitashi. You're always there to save me from explaining things wrong. Sebastiano, I never heard about Doom Emacs and Vim. Are these text editors? Yes, they are. They are the most powerful text editors there are, especially if you're someone that just loves using your keyboard like a madman, like jazz your keyboard. Then yeah, they're incredible, but again, they're pretty hard to figure out. So yeah, if you want to get into them, you're gonna have to spend a lot of time just learning the ins and out of it. But like, thankfully, Vim works inside of Obsidian, so these are shortcuts that work inside of just Obsidian. So if I just show you my screen real quick, you know what, I'm just gonna move this thing like that. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Yeah, so Vim is just a way in which, like, if you have text, let me just get rid of this. If you just have a lot of text and you go to the settings and you go to editor, you scroll all the way down, you can turn on Vim key bindings, okay? By default, it says that Vim is dangerous because, yeah, if you don't know how to use it, it's definitely annoying. Your answer is :Q, and then you activate it because that's how you quit Vim in the normal Vim. And now in here, you can start using the different shortcuts. So actually, let me see if I can turn on my shortcuts. Oh wait, something's broken here. I'm still trying to figure out a nice way to display shortcuts. I had a really cool one in Linux, but because I'm not in Linux anymore, I'm having to use another one. There it is. Okay, yeah. So you can use different shortcuts. J and K for going up and down. And then H to go left, L to go right. You know what? Let's just get a bit of sample text. Lorem ipsum. Okay, so Lorem ipsum, if you don't know, it's just a way to generate a lot of sample text. But there's an even funnier one called hipster ipsum. And this is the one I prefer to use because it's funny. Beer me. Yeah. And it just says tons of gibberish words that you can just use for whatever project that you're working on or just for sample. This is Scrivener, by the way. This Notion. I was talking about Scrivener. If anyone's new, I'd love to know if you ever tried Scrivener or not. Let me just disable spell check because it looks annoying. Spell check. Yeah, there we go. That didn't toggle it. That's not working. That's really annoying. Either way, never mind. So yeah, the idea is that now with Vim, you can go and use these keys that are in the home row. If you're not familiar with the home row, is where you rest your fingers when you type. So just like literally H, J, K, L, those are the Vim keys. You know, very close to where you put your fingers when you write. And now you can use K to go up, J to go down, and of course you can hold it to do it faster. H to go left, and L to go right. Right? That's the idea. But what's cool is that you can add this with numbers. So 5K takes you 5 lines up, 5J takes you 5 lines down, and the same with any number. You have other nice shortcuts like GG to go to the top, Shift G to go to the bottom. That way you can do things very quickly. If I want to delete, for instance, this text, I can do Shift V to select, I can go down and press D to delete. And of course, the question, if you're not familiar with Vim, that you're asking is like, but how do I write? And that's the thing. In Vim, there's like 2 modes. There's 3, but we're just gonna say there's 2. 2 modes. One where every key, every key is a shortcut, and where actually you're in insert mode, where after you press I, now every key just types that letter. And if you want to get out of that, you just press escape, and now you're back in the let's call it editing mode, okay? It's called normal mode, but that's just stupid, so we're just gonna call it editing mode. And yeah, whenever you do certain things, like maybe enter, you're back into typing mode. And then if I want to just delete this word, I go delete in Word, DIY. DIW, sorry, DIW, you know, or like select till the end of the line and delete, or select this whole line, delete this line with double D, you know, stuff like that. So it's really cool. I love it. It makes writing so much faster. Honestly, I really wish that every app, every text editor had this. I'm using Scrivener now for long form writing for books, and it doesn't have Vim, and it's such a pain. Such a pain. Oh, guys, lots of questions. You're awesome. You can deploy your application or websites with Netlify fairly easily. I wouldn't recommend it for non-tech. Yeah, non-tech savvy people. I agree. Like, it's easy if you're tech savvy. It's really difficult if you're not. You can definitely learn it though. If it's something that you want to learn, you can definitely learn it. Could you explain the pros and cons of doing a daily note in Obsidian? Yeah, there's no cons. It's just incredible. No, just kidding. So in Logseq, daily notes is the best way to do things. In Obsidian is one of the ways to do things. It's not as powerful as daily notes in Logseq. However, it's not a bad idea at all. You know, like actually, you know, let me write this down because this could be a really good topic for maybe a video. I'm bombarded with videos that I have to do, but honestly, I do want to save this one because this could be good. And yeah, right now I'm just literally saving this in my daily note in Obsidian. This is my daily note where I wrote all this gibberish, which I'm gonna delete. And in here, for instance, I just do live stream or live chat. There we go. And yeah, I just do a little outline. So for instance, now every time I go to live chat, I can see all of my previous notes that I've done regarding it. So like in Obsidian, well, I do this in Logseq quite a lot, but in Obsidian, if you just open this, you don't see anything, right? Whereas in Logseq, you see it all in there. Whereas in Obsidian, you have to, I don't know why my shortcuts aren't working. I know why, either way, never mind. So in here, you would have to see backlinks. And now here, you can see the context of all the other days where written something. Whereas in Logseq is a bit nicer. Still a good idea to use daily notes in Obsidian. I just think they're not as powerful as Roam Research or Logseq. So that's a bit of a disadvantage, but you can still use it quite heavily. Like I still make use of daily notes every day inside of Obsidian. Did the music stop? It's still good. We're good. Cool. So Red is wondering why you choose this topic. I work in some big project, but subestimate the organization aspect. What made you to choose this path? If not very clear, I will reformulate later. I work in some big projects, but I subestimate the organization. Yeah, please clear it up. I'm not sure if you meant about project management, or you talk about like why am I doing YouTube videos? Why am I doing what I'm doing for as a business? Yeah, please clear it up just so that I make sure that I don't answer the wrong question. Like I don't think it's a different question that it actually is. But yeah, no, I'm definitely interested to know what you mean. So C's asks, which distro do you use? Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, but I'm happy to show you. The one that I use is called, oh man, I have so many tabs open. I hate having tabs open. I'm gonna close some of them now. This one. Yeah, there we go. So the one that I use is called Garuda Linux, and that is for my laptop. In here, I'm using Windows. But yeah, I'm using this specific one in my laptop, this one right here. I'm using one called Dragon Eyes, this one right here, and it's just beautiful. It's the best looking one in my opinion. Yeah, so that's the answer to that question. Uses Garuda. Yeah, thanks for clearing it up. We were talking about it earlier, but I'm happy to show. Yeah, perfect, Dragon Eyes, you know it. Cool, Shetashi has her take on daily notes. Let's see what she says while I take a water break.
Chetachi, a pro for daily notes in Obsidian would be ease of use and content management. You can easily link your daily notes to other notes and pull up necessary information. A con would be reliance
on plugins. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. I 100% agree with that. Yeah, actually, Shetashi, wait. No, she expands it. I was gonna talk more about like exactly what she's talking about here, so let's just let her keep going.
Chetachi, if you rely on plugins for your daily notes, then exporting them will be a hassle. Better to keep them simple and easily transferable, in case you want to use a different app later down the line.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, Shetashi, yeah, I would love to know like an example of one of the plugins that you think might make daily notes kind of difficult to export later, because I personally in Obsidian I just use the core plugin daily notes and I don't really do nothing too fancy. For instance, data view could definitely be one of the plugins that I see being a bit problematic down the line. But if you have another example, I'd love to know, just to make sure that I fully understand that. But yeah, no, it's a good take on it. I learned so many things with your lives. Grazie mille. Prego, right? Yeah. Prego Sebastiano, piacere. È un piacere imparare lo che io so. That's the extent of my Italian right now, but yeah. Grazie mille a te, per guardare questo video. Piacere. I don't know, but yeah, either way, I'm learning Italian, so yeah, I'm just saying like thanks a lot for the support, and like I'm happy to always share what I'm learning, because I'm still in the middle of learning things, so it's always nice for me being able to teach what I learn. It's the easiest way to learn faster, so yeah, that's why I teach. Fantastic, thank you. Thanks to you. Yeah, I still gotta work on certain things. I know I made mistakes, but I'm getting better with my Italian every day. Either way. Really cool. Awesome, guys. By the way, if anyone just arrived and you didn't see me talking about this, I'd love to know your opinion on this little thing right here. And this is like a poll that I put in my channel. So if you go to Santi Younger channel and you go to community, I posted this one right here, where the question is, what is your current relationship status with Notion? And it's like single, serious relationship, divorce, is complicated, and X. So I'd love to know what's your current situation with Notion, because I'm starting to build a Notion course. And yeah, I just want to know how people perceive Notion, especially my audience, of course, because I'm here to serve you. But a lot of people haven't used it yet, which is surprising, but most of them say it's complicated. And a lot of them said, I love Notion for a better app. That's hilarious. I'd love to know if you guys have any other takes on this, or like, you know, like what is your current situation with it? We have a couple of comments in there. Definitely gonna check that out later. Yeah, I've seen. Okay, let's see what Shitashi is saying about daily notes. Really interested in this. Let's see.
Shetachi, yeah, I've seen a few daily note takers using Templater and DataView. But of course these variables and queries in your notes won't work in a different app, which may negatively impact your work.
Yeah, your workflow. No, I agree. Okay, those are good examples. So Templater, I honestly don't use much for that reason. Like, I don't want it to only work in Obsidian, because my notes are shared between Logseq and Obsidian, which, by the way, I'm super bummed the fact that right now the integration between Obsidian and Shitashi, why did I say Shitashi? I just read your comment, Shitashi, I'm so sorry. The integration between Obsidian and Logseq is not working as well anymore right now. And I'm gonna do a bug report in Obsidian, because I honestly think it might be something on Obsidian side. Like, whenever you write something in Obsidian and you have Logseq open, it causes conflicts and it just deletes itself. So I'm super bummed by that. I know a lot of people have followed my recommendation of using both of them together, and right now it's not working, and it's such a shame, man. I'm so sad about it. So I really hope it gets fixed eventually. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, that's really annoying. But either way, going back to the point, it's important, like Shitashi says, making whatever you do in Obsidian, and if you want to keep that for the long term, making it as cross app as possible, so that if you move out of Obsidian, things still work. Because if you use a lot of DataView, use a lot of Templater as plugins, then you could definitely run into trouble later trying to convert that into another app, or using it together with another app like Logseq, like I do. So yeah, let's see.
Shetachi, I would have to say it's complicated. We're still on good terms, but it needs to prove itself to me before I make the commitment.
Yeah, this is in regards to the Notion poll on like, what is your current relationship status with Notion? Man, I was laughing so hard, like, just writing this poll yesterday. I mean, I wrote it yesterday and I posted it today. Yeah, I had such a fun time doing this. I like seeing apps as a relationship. I think it's really funny. I think a lot of people treat their apps like their wives or husbands, like they are super loyal to them and they would never betray them. I am honestly No, this is gonna sound wrong because I'm actually loyal in my real relationship, but I'm not that loyal to apps. As maybe not as much as I used to be. Like I'm pretty loyal to Obsidian because I like it a lot and I highly recommend it to people. But yeah, with apps like Notion, I've been back and forth. Like I was totally saying like it was an X. I didn't want to use it anymore. Didn't want to. No one mentioned it in front of me. But now I'm back, and I really like it now. Has Notion changed? Have I changed? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I go back and forth between a lot of apps, and I use a lot of them together. So yeah. Ooh, this is a great question. Queenie, is that it? Thanks for being here, Queenie. Great question. So, what new apps in the productivity world has caught your eye recently? There was one that I was really interested in, but I don't know. I still think it's a bit clunky. What is it called? I'm terrible. I forgot the name. Either way, at this current state, I might not recommend it, so I don't want to talk bad about it. So forget about that one. Well, I mean, I've used Taskade in the past, but I was saying earlier, I've been contacted by the creator of Taskade to potentially collaborate. I'm still talking about it. I still want to see if it's something I recommend, but Taskade is definitely an interesting one for project management and collaboration. I'm really interested in Research Rabbit because Danny Hatcher has been talking a lot about it. Or is it Rabbit Research? I don't even know. I haven't tried it yet. But let's see, Rabbit Research. I mean, a lot of people are talking about it, and Research Rabbit, that's it. And it looks really interesting. I mean, I honestly don't know if it fits proper. We're just gonna decline this. If it, do I need to accept it? No, it's good. I haven't tried it yet, and I honestly don't know if it fits within my, that's too light, man, too light. We like dark mode here. I still don't know if it would fit proper within my current workflow of things, but people are talking highly about it. Oh, wait, that's a bit too loud. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Oh, wait, sorry. Let me just pause the music because that's annoying. There we go. You know what? I don't know if this music is copyrighted or not, so I might get in trouble. So we'll just hear it with my background music that it's okay for copyright. Oh man, I might have messed up there. Cool. I don't know what it's about. I guess I was a bit distracted by making sure that the audio levels were okay. So yeah, I definitely need to check it out proper. But this one does look very interesting, and I'm definitely gonna check it out. Like I don't know if it could be a complement to the apps that I already use. Spotify for Papers. I mean, it seems to be very academic focus, which is not my focus to be honest. But I always am excited to write about concepts that I learned from other people. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, this one's definitely an exciting one I want to take a look at. The other one is Scrivener, which I have open in here. Absolutely loving it. Like I was saying earlier, I spent like the whole weekend learning about it. Incredible app. Like here, this is the tutorial, so I'm just messing with it just to show you. But you can have like, say for instance, you know, a little text in here. And then you realize that maybe you have another little text in here and you just want this to go before it. And then whenever you're ready to export it, you can just select different things and I have a document and you can export it like this and you can do tons of crazy stuff like this. So I'm using this for writing a book that I'm writing right now. So this is another one that I'm really excited about. Oh, there's another really cool one that I'm really excited about. I think Francesco from Keep Productive made a video about it that I haven't seen yet. I saw like the first 5 seconds. This one, Topia. Yeah, so Topia. There's another similar one that I've taken a look at. It's from the same people that created Habitica. I can't remember the name though. It's a similar concept by the, or I don't know if it's by the same people, but it's the same aesthetic. Can't remember the name of it. Man, do I have it saved? No. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the other one. But either way, dystopia thing. Let's just accept this. Is a way in which you can just like, okay, let's. I don't know if I'm okay with showing this video.
Well,
Maybe I'm okay. Yeah, either way, Francesco's talking about like these kind of virtual spaces where you can have like a little avatar that is you moving around in spaces, and then you can join live streams that other people are doing or video calls and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I definitely want to check this out because I've definitely been wanting to do something like this. And yeah, I haven't researched much about it, but really, really excited for this. If I end up liking it, you might be able to see live streams in the future or workshops delivered from me in this space. So yeah, that could be exciting. Yeah, what is Shitashi saying?
Chetachi yay, I have a bunch of plugins but I'm starting to downsize a bit. The whole point of me going to Obsidian was to maintain longevity with my notes.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's definitely something I've thought a lot. I thought a lot about recently. Is that how you speak English? Not really sure. I thought about that a lot recently. Yeah, that makes sense. No, yeah, I agree. You know, like it's kind of tricky to like both kind of like leverage the power that Obsidian has. Let me just turn this back on in case anyone else has any more questions. To leverage the power that Obsidian plugins have while still keeping its longevity, you know, like keeping that nose that we take in Obsidian something that we can access in the long term and not really depend on too many things in order to access those things. So data view is one of the ones that really kind of like hurt the longevity of things a little bit. But I agree, like maybe Obsidian's point, I mean, I emphasize on this quite a bit, but I don't know where I stand on this anymore. Like, do I want to make the most out of the plugins, or do I want to make the most out of keeping things accessible for the longer term? That's a bit of the reason why I have mixed thoughts about data view. But data view is definitely one of the best ones. Shitashi, do you use data view quite a lot? I'd love to know.
Chetachi, have you been onboarded onto the Readwise Reader app? How is it
Great.
working for you if you have?
Sorry for interrupting. Yeah, no, that's a great question. I mean, so, okay, here's my take on that. I've been trying to reach, okay. No, I don't want to make this like a public drama, but either way, I made a video on Readwise. Like something I just wanted to share because I thought it was really interesting and it was my first take on Readwise. Then I thought Readwise was incredible, right? And I was contacted by one of the people in Readwise. And I said like, yeah, definitely, let's try to collaborate. Like, let's make more videos about Readwise. Let me like help expand the word. And I haven't heard from them since then. So I'm really kind of frustrated about it because I definitely want to collaborate with Readwise. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll be able to do it. If not, I still recommend it. It's great. It's just that because there is a difference from when I just used to make videos for fun and now I'm doing it for business. Like I always, and it's kind of annoying. Like I don't want to be fully money focused on things, but yeah, wherever I can, I want to make my business sustainable. Selling courses has been what keeps me going, but I definitely want to make sure that I have different revenue streams and like collaborating with apps, having affiliate links, having like sponsors maybe. It's definitely something I need to think about. So with Readwise, I love to because I think Readwise has so many applications on how it can be used, and I love what they're doing to integrate it with Obsidian. Either way, with that roundabout answer, I did what do you call it? I did sign up to the beta access for Readwise Reader, and I haven't checked. I signed up with an email that I don't use every day, so I haven't checked if I have access to it or not yet. I'm definitely excited though. So yeah, I haven't used it yet, but I can't wait to do so. Looks incredible. And Red asked me, what book are you writing? So yeah, let me actually see if I have it. I have it in my laptop, but I might have it synced with Dropbox. So let me check. If not, I'll just explain it, but let me just check real quick if I have it here or not. Oh man, I'm the worst. I don't think I have it here. Book notes. No, wow, I don't have it here. I'm ashamed. Yesterday I was moving to Scrivener because I've been writing it in Emacs, which is something I use on my laptop. So yeah, either way, I'm ashamed. But anyway, the book that I'm writing is on philosophy. It's a series of short stories that I'm making up. They kind of sound like mythological stories from different cultures that I also made up on, cultures that I made up. Short stories that teach you a certain lesson about a philosophical teaching that you can apply to your life. So for instance, the dichotomy of control, which is just a fancy way of saying that in life there's things we control and there's things we don't control, right? And everything in life can be divided into these two things, right? So the idea is that through stories, I want to be able to impart this knowledge from philosophical concepts, especially from Stoic philosophy, which Stoicism is kind of my favorite philosophy, is the one that I've been practicing for years. And I want to be able to convey these ideas through short stories. So the book consists of right now is 3 short stories, followed by a bit of an explanation on how these concepts can be applied to your life. So that is what the book is all about. It's kind of ready to be published, but it's a very short book. I'm still deciding if I want to publish it as an early version with like shorter pages, or if I want to write more stories, waiting to publish the book. But either way, that's the idea. If you guys are interested, please send me a message. I'd love to add you to a list of like the people that I can have like access to the book before anyone else, something like that. Send me a message on my website if you are interested. I definitely want to make something like a waiting list or something. But either way, until I do that, please send me a message if you're interested in the book, because I love to get a bit of motivation, because I'm super scared to publish it, to be honest. Like, it's a scary process still. Let's see. Let's read this out loud so that I can take my water break.
Chetachi, that's weird. I was onboarding and the person that onboarded me brought you up and said she loves your content, so I just thought I'd ask.
What? Who did you talk to? Because it might be the same person that I was talking to. I mean, you don't have to reveal the name if you don't want to, but like, no way. Have I maybe had access and didn't realize? Shitashi, does it appear like, okay, honestly, I haven't been that focused in Readwise later. I'm still using it quite a bit. I'm using it every day, but like, honestly, I'm doing the bare minimum flashcards every day or space repetition. And I haven't yet explored, the Readwise reader. But is the Readwise reader a separate section of Readwise, or is it within the same place? Let me show you my Readwise right now. Okay. So yeah, here we are in Readwise. As you can see, I've been using it every day since I started the trial. My trial ends in 2 days, so I'm definitely gonna have to upgrade soon. But yeah, where's the reader? Or is it in a separate section? Favorite news. I honestly don't know if there might have been a conflict with the email that I have, like 5 emails, so I don't know if there might have been a conflict with the email that I use to create my account versus the one that maybe someone contacted me through. I definitely need to keep an eye on this. I'm terrible, but yeah, either way, I'm excited. It's just that I haven't dedicated time to check it out. But yeah, I probably have access and I haven't realized, so I'm terrible. But yeah, thanks Shitashi for that. I didn't know. That's really cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, I use SyncThing for free syncing. Try it. You will love it. Yeah, Mines, was it you that commented that in one of my recent videos? Because someone was recommending that one and it does look good, and someone else was saying that it doesn't work in iPad. I don't have an iPad, so it's not a big problem for me, but like, yeah, that could be definitely something I want to explore, just to see if it's an easier way for people to be able to sync their notes using Obsidian. Mine is saying you're like the digital version of Ryan Holiday. Oh man, that's like, that's like the best compliment I've had in my whole life. I don't know even why, but I'm just gonna save that comment into my daily notes, just because that just made my day. Like, that's just incredible. That's like the coolest compliment I've ever had in my life. I have such admiration for Ryan Holiday, man. Like, I've read most of his books. He's definitely one of my favorite writers, him and Mark Manson and James Clear, maybe. I mean, modern authors, I have a lot of the old school ones like Rainer, Maria Rilke, Anthony DeMello. Those guys are the next level. But either way, yeah, modern people, Ryan Holiday is one of my favorite people. He got me started in note-taking. Oh man, I mean, okay, for anyone that doesn't know Ryan Holiday, yeah, I'm gonna go on a fangirling moment for Ryan Holiday. I really appreciate that comment. That's so kind of you. Just made my day. Wow. Ryan Holiday posted this blog post a couple years ago, and that got it all started for me. If it wasn't for that blog post, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now, because he was talking about note taking for organizing books and for organizing different projects that you write in different things. And I wanted to start writing a book back then, and I was reading a lot of philosophy. I mean, I still read philosophy, but I was really obsessed back then. And yeah, I read this blog post how Ryan Holiday organized his, let me find it. He organized his notes, and he used index cards. So actually, okay, I still need to fix this part of my website, so don't judge me too much, but like I have a blog post that I'm reformatting into this new website that I'm creating. Notes journey. Yeah, here it is. So yeah. Okay, you know what? Just because I have a problem with like how big these images are right now, I might just show you in like mobile version. Oh man, I'm the worst, but either way. So yeah, either way. This is like horrible. It's so ugly. But either way, the idea is that I started taking notes in a Zettelkasten system. You know, the problem that I have right now is that the website is just showing you this image way too big. Copy image address. I'll just put it here. Yeah, I need to fix that. Is a problem I have with the code. But either way, this is how I started my note-taking system. It was all in paper, right? And yeah, this is how my Zettelkasten started. This was a Zettelkasten very loyal to the original idea by Luhmann, Nicola Luhmann, who created the Zettelkasten concept, or at least popularized it. And Ryan Holiday had a simpler version of a Zettelkasten, but in paper. So he just has index cards. He doesn't link them. I definitely linked them. So my idea was that this card was called number 1, and then as you keep going, you do I don't have more photos in here, but either way, like this one is called card number 1, and then I would go card 1.1a, 1. B, whatever, and I have different subcategories for that. And either way, Ryan Holiday had a simpler version of this, so he wrote a blog post that completely changed everything for me. And let me see if I can find it. Ryan Holiday note-taking system, maybe. Index cards. Yeah, I'm sure I'll find it like this. I think I did talk about it in a previous live stream, but I always love talking about this because it started it all for me. The key for remembering and organizing. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. So as you can see, Ryan has like, and again, like if you don't know who Ryan is, he's like an author that writes on philosophy and marketing and yeah, that kind of stuff. And he has a system for writing his books. He's an amazing writer. Like he's just a super prolific writer, very popular these days. And this is his system for organizing information. And it's such a romantic thing to do it in paper as well, right? So I was 100% in, being like, yeah, paper is the way to go. I love it. Oh man, there's an alarm going on in the building. I don't know if you can hear that. If you can, sorry about that. But either way, I'm talking so much. I'll get back to the story, but first, water break. Activate water break.
Water break activated. It's good to be hydrated.
Cool, yeah. So, back to the story. I can't believe this is broken. Either way, never mind. So, yeah, he has a lot of like either quotes or ideas that he has in every single index card. And of course, he reads in physical books. I personally read in Kindle quite a lot, an audiobook. So my system is already kind of different. I used to have books like quite a bit, but minimalism, like I'm a minimalist now, and I decided to get rid of my physical books, which was a bit of a shame, but yeah, I did that. Either way. So yeah, when I read this blog post, I said like, okay, maybe I could do this myself, right? And I created this system that you're seeing here, right? Like this was my Zettelkasten system, but I was living in England at the time. And then when I decided to move back to Ecuador, I realized that this was starting to get crazy. Like I was starting to need big drawers, and I only had one suitcase. Like I only traveled with one, maybe two suitcases. I'm a liar, but yeah, either way, I had two suitcases for everything I owned, right? And I had to get rid of my books, and I had to get rid of this. So that's when I realized, okay, I need a digital system. I got really, really deep into trying to figure out the best system because I didn't want to use something like Evernote or something like that, like OneNote. And that's when I stumbled upon plain text files with Markdown. I was using another app called, let me show you a bit of the history of where I got started. I talked to the creator of this. I actually interviewed him way before I was making content on productivity. And this was the first app that I used. It's kind of like a old school looking Obsidian with plain text files. Again, like the same idea of editing mode and preview mode. But yeah, this is what got it started all for me. So I moved my physical system into this system right here, all digital. Then later I discovered things like Emacs, discovered Vim, and then I ended up discovering Obsidian. And because of this blog post, I got interested into these advanced systems of note taking. And that's what really like made a butterfly effect for the rest of everything I did from there on, which was like getting good at these systems, getting good at these apps. I was already kind of tech savvy, but I've gotten better in the past years. Then I moved to Linux, and that really got me going with learning about computers and getting to know more advanced concepts. And then I started teaching what I knew, and now this is my full-time job. So little do you know, that's how things work. Crazy, right? Cool topic. I hope I can pay for the book using cryptos. Oh, that's a great idea. So yeah, I'm also into cryptocurrency. I'm buying cryptocurrency recently. I have some Ethereum, I have some Polygon, Matic, and I might be getting into maybe Bitcoin Cash. I don't know yet which one, but that's a great idea. Selling my book with cryptocurrency. Great idea. Let me write that idea before I forget it, because that's super fun. That's really fun. I'll write it down. Cool. Awesome. Got it. So yeah, Shatashi's saying, I'm pretty sure they gave me access right before the onboarding, but yeah, it's a separate web app. Okay. So yeah, okay. That's why I just haven't spent the time to look into it yet, into the Readwise Reader. That's what it's called, right? It's a separate web app. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely take a look at it. I can't believe I've been slacking on that. Sounds amazing. And I've definitely been wanting an alternative to my current read later system, because I was using one called Wallaback, but I haven't used it in a while, to be honest. I guess I didn't like it as much as I thought I did. And my mind to me is more about like collecting bookmarks rather than having a read later system. Like, it's kind of clunky for reading later, to be honest. So yeah, Readwise Reader sounds incredible. I don't know if it could even replace my use of Memex. I really like Memex, but the fact that it's still hard to sync between computers. I have everything in this laptop, so moving everything from Memex to this computer, like, it's kind of annoying. Like, it just means that you always have one device being used at the time, you know? So yeah, really excited for Readwise Reader. What is the question? Let's read it.
Red Smith, well, my previous question bad formulated was intended to know why or how you finded the programs you are using for productivity, or how you focus.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, the story that I just told maybe kind of answer a few of those questions, but like, yeah, there was kind of like how I found the programs, right? How you found the programs you are using for productivity. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I mean, something I can complement to the story, because that kind of gave the origin of how I stumbled upon these things initially. The thing that changed it for me was getting more comfortable. Man, we've been streaming for 2 hours 30. This is the longest I've been streaming for. Yeah, I've been having a blast. Thank you guys for joining. By the way, before I answer your question, because I definitely want to tackle this, do make sure that if you haven't already, you go to, I have so many tabs open, crazy. Okay, so that if you haven't already, make sure that you go to the website, to my website, santianger.com, go to live streams, and if you want to join future live streams, here's where I announce when the next live stream will be. So let me just clear this for a second. And what's really cool is that in here it tells you how many days or hours until next live stream, because we've been live streaming for 2 hours. It's kind of messed up. But anyway, here you can see when is the next live stream. You can use the link to join. And what's really cool that you might benefit from if you want to join these live streams, of course, is you can click here and you can add this live stream to your Google Calendar. So that's something that I was working on. It took me quite a while to figure out the best way to do it. But yeah, here you can learn a bit more about it, but you can add it as a Google Calendar event, and it's gonna create a separate calendar in your Google Calendar, where you can just like have a little event where you know where the live streams are in case I ever change the times. Right now we're keeping it constant, this same time on Tuesdays, but you can see this in your time zone. So yeah, whenever there's a next event in here, it will show you in your time zone, or if you go in here, it's also going to show you in your current time zone, because time zones are annoying. So this is the best way you can know when I live stream, as well as like doing the classic hitting the notification bell so that YouTube notifies you, which is always like pretty easy. But like, yeah, if you want something that is a bit nicer, you could do that. Check out the page that I put together there in my website. Yeah, okay, so Shitashi said something, but I definitely want to tackle this that we're talking about. So yeah, okay, no, so something that I definitely changed the programs that I use was that I was getting advanced with like certain stuff, right? And I was starting to use Emacs and Vim, and I loved it. And that was my note-taking system, and I really enjoyed it. And I had so many advanced things in there that I wanted to teach, and I was like, this sounds like an impossible task. And I still find it really hard to teach something like Emacs or Vim. Like, it's really tricky because you never know how much of a beginner someone can be, and I don't want to assume that people just know things and leave them empty-handed with information. So I wanted to teach the things that I learned with Emacs and Vim, which were the most advanced apps that I was using, but I also wanted to be able to do it kind of easier for me, like not such a big task, so that I can get started while also using an app that I enjoyed, So that's when I discovered Obsidian. And Obsidian has been really cool ever since. And Obsidian is a really cool app to teach because it's in the middle ground. Like, it's not as easy as Evernote or OneNote, but it's also not as difficult as Vim or Emacs. Like, it's right there. Like, anyone can figure it out with enough time. But what I'm trying to do is simplify the process. That's why my Obsidian course is what it is. It's made for beginners, simplifying the process and making sure that you know every step to get good at Obsidian. So yeah, that's the journey that I've gone on. And yeah, honestly, I found Obsidian because I was trying to find something more accessible to teach to others. And now I'm always trying to find applications that I can benefit from as well as teach. So I'm always trying to find that middle ground. There's some apps that I really love, but yeah, they're just not that accessible, and I just use it for myself, but I just don't teach them. So yeah, that's it. Well, this is a great question.
Shitachi, what are your non-negotiables when it comes to productivity apps? Things that you just cannot live without?
What a great question, Shitashi. You're awesome. And yeah, this is awesome. Happy to know that you are into this and you will be adding it to your calendar. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for people, especially those that maybe don't use Google Calendar all that much. It's just a click, and then that adds it to your calendar, like that. I don't want to reveal any private events that I might have. But either way, yeah, no, I appreciate it. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to know how many people are using this. So actually, if you do use it, yeah, let me know. If anyone else is going to use it, let me know, because I'd love to know who is using it and who's not, and if you're benefiting from it or not. But yeah, either way, what was I talking about? Yeah, man, I'm getting so distracted. But yeah, I'm having the time of my life in this live stream. Thanks, guys, for being here. What are the non-negotiables? So a big part, okay, I used to be a little harsher about this, trying to like chill out a little bit, but if an app didn't have dark mode, I immediately left. I didn't use it. So that's a bit harsh, but yeah, dark mode for me is everything. Like, I cannot stand, I don't know if it's something about my eyes, honestly, or just like me trying to be a hipster, but like, I cannot stand looking at a screen that is all white for long periods of time. I mean, sometimes I can't even stand it for a few seconds. Like, it annoys me, kind of gives me, not a headache, but like, I don't like it. So dark mode is one of those. Another one that I really like having, but I mean, again, it used to be a non-negotiable, but now I'm changing a little bit. It's being able to own every single note, own all of the files of everything that I write. So Obsidian, you own all the plain text files. So it's kind of like you having control of things. So that used to be a non-negotiable. But nowadays, I'm a bit more flexible just because I have this diagram event, right? Like, it needs to be apps that I benefit from, and it also needs to be apps that I can teach, because, that's kind of the business that I'm running right now. So I kind of have to compromise on certain things. So now if an app doesn't have dark mode, I might be able to let it pass if it's not plain text files that I can store or like local files that I own. I sometimes let it pass if it's something that I think people will benefit from. So yeah, it's kind of hard. But yeah, those used to be my non-negotiables when I was just a normal user. But now, because I'm someone that teaches software, my non-negotiables have changed a little bit. But for the most part, it needs to be an app that is kind of still in development, or I mean, that is still growing. You know, of course, it's better if it's a bit more of a stable application. But like, to me, I like to be able to use an application that is still growing, that is still developing and becoming better. So yeah, that is something I always think about. Cool. Next question.
Mindy's Ethiopia. The annoying issue I'm facing is how do I make Obsidian open my notes in preview mode always when I open? It annoys me a lot.
Yeah, good question. Okay, let's see how quickly I can find this. I think I know where it is, but I might be lying. So I know it's pretty simple though. Okay, so if you go to settings with Control comma, or of course you scroll down to the settings section right here. I think it's files and links or in editor. Let me check real quick. I'm sure I'll find it quick. If not, I definitely ask help from Shitashi, but like, it's pretty simple. Okay, so where is it? Default new pane mode. Here it is. The default mode a new pane gets open in preview, and that's it. And now you have it set up. Cool. I figured out really quickly. It's pretty simple, but it is kind of hidden. Like you wouldn't expect to find that in editor, or would you? Maybe you would. Yeah, no, I mean, I guess you would, but like there's so many things in here sometimes that, you know, it's kind of hard to find certain things sometimes. But yeah, that one would change it. That is one that would help you just have Obsidian by default opening in preview mode. Ah, yeah, Red. So you have a schedule for your live streams so I can watch them and collaborate with my silly questions. Yeah, of course, because now, yeah, okay, you're at the supermarket. I totally get it. I was just sharing this with you. So yeah, I do have a schedule. It's on Tuesdays for now, but if I ever change it, I'll announce it here. So what you do is you go to santiyounger.com, you go to the navigation bar, live streams. You know what? I'll link this in the chat so that you can save it. And then in here, you can actually just see when is the next time I'll stream. It has a countdown. Right now, the countdown is kind of acting weird because we're live streaming now. And in here is also, if you click on this event, or when there's an event coming, it'll show you here in your current time zone, from what time zone to what time zone, right? We of course gone over the time, so I might have to expand this. And yeah, that's the best way that you can add it. And you can also click here and add it to your Google Calendar, just like that, right? In my case, it already exists. So there it is. This was a test calendar that I was doing. And it's just gonna create a separate calendar in here where you can just like have all of your normal. So like for instance, here I have example calendar. This is just my demo calendar. And here you can just like toggle this on and on. And as you can see, the event will change. And now you know when I'm live streaming, and I'll keep updating this, and you'll get the updates whenever I move the event to the next week, or if I ever change times. That's how you'll be able to see it. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Perfect. So happy that it works. Yeah, let me know if you add it to the calendar, because again, I was saying that there's no way for me to know how many people are using the calendar. So that'd be really cool if you are actually using it. And yeah, let me know. Okay, Shitashi was saying, setting editor called default VPN. Yeah, perfect. This is what we were looking at. And Mind said, thank you. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Cool. Now let's take a look at what Minds is saying. Guys, I'm really enjoying hanging out with you. It's a little stream, but like we're having fun.
Mindy's Ethiopia. There is this program that my homie created in Linux. It uses Wayland to theme your programs without dark mode, with system dark theme without breaking it, but it's only Linux.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of Wayland, and I think I've used Wayland for some other things, but that's incredible. If you have the link to that, let me know, because there's still some apps that are using Linux that don't have dark mode, and I could still use that, you know. It's a shame. I don't know if there's a Windows equivalent to that, but yeah, either way. Mine's definitely send me a link to that if you get a chance. I'd love to check that out. Awesome. Did I cover all the questions? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay, we have all the questions, I think. Perfect. Awesome, guys. Again, if you have any final questions, any final things that you would like to discuss, I'm happy. I mean, I think either way, we're going to be wrapping it up within the next 10 minutes. But if you have any final questions, always happy to tackle that. If not, we're going to be ending it soon, because I'm running out of water, and that means we have to end soon. Water break.
Water break activated. It's good to be hydrated.
Water break.
Water break activated. It's good to be hydrated.
Yeah, cool. We do have a question. Perfect. So, Sam Yak, did I pronounce it right? Please let me know. How to stick to some apps and not go on spending sprees. in productivity apps? Great question. Okay, I might be able to show you. Let me just see. Like, this is kind of like sensitive information because this is where I keep track of all my finances. But let me just open it and then I'll show you. I keep track of all the apps in a Google spreadsheet. Okay. Yeah, I think it's okay to show you this. Mine is fine. Let me just make sure that you can see it proper. Okay. I'll share my screen in 1 second. I'm just clearing up some stuff. Yeah, okay, I'm happy to share this. I mean, this could be helpful. Hola, ¿seguís usando Morgan o Calendar Hero? By the way, Sam Yak, I haven't gotten distracted. I'll go back to your question in a second, but Fedes? Fedeas. I don't know, man. Like, your name is hard to read, but let me know how you say it. Yeah, so in Spanish, she's asking if I'm still using Morgan or Calendar Hero. Yes, I use both. Let me see if I can filter Morgan to show you. Like, yeah, I mean, I do have some private events in here, so let me just see if I can show you my Morgan, but just like the demo one. Oh man, that's the hard thing about calendar apps. Like, it's hard for me to show everything because yeah, a lot of it is like sensitive information. I display names of other people or the person. Oh man, yeah, I mean, I guess I could show you this much. No, okay. Yeah, I'm just sorry. I don't have the example Morgan calendar that I tend to have right now. For some reason, I need to re-add it. But yeah, this is my Morgan. Right now it's empty, of course, because this is just the demo one. This is like the live streams that I was talking about. In case you want to add this to your calendar, you can go to santiago.com/livestream and you can add this to your Google Calendar. But yeah, no, I keep using Morgan every day, and it's been amazing. It's definitely the most aesthetic experience I've had for a calendar app. So I have a video on that if you want to check it out if you're not familiar yet. And what's nice is that you can toggle it with just a shortcut, and that's really cool. Either way. And Calendar Hero, yes, I use it a lot. Like, not every day, because not every day I'm scheduling meetings with people, but I'm doing a lot of what is it called? Sorry, I was reading the next question. Yeah, no, sorry. Fedes is saying that it's okay if I reply in English, but he's definitely struggling sometimes with English. So yeah, cool, no problem. I'll try to speak a bit slower then. But yeah, I appreciate it. Fedes. Okay, Fedes. Cool. Nice. Where are you from, by the way? ¿De dónde eres, Fedes? Fedes. Is that how you say it? Interesting. I haven't heard your name. I've heard Fedes, but not Fedes. That's really interesting. Awesome. Either way, great having you here. Calendar Hero, I use a lot for one-on-one consultations with other people. So it's for scheduling meetings. And yeah, I think it's great. Entonces, de Argentina, perfecto. Sí, en pocas palabras, uso Morgan, uso Calendar Hero. Morgan more for personal use, para uso personal. And then Calendar Hero, I use a lot more for scheduling meetings with other people. Consultations, how do you say that in Spanish? Consultorías or llamadas uno a uno, something like that. Yeah, but I'm still using both. Either way, great question. Antero, is that how you say your name, Antero? Great having you here. Thank you so much. Best spaced repetition app in your opinion? By the way, I still need to go back to the previous question in a second. Actually, let me tackle this but come on, guys, you're awesome. Antero, I'll get back to you in a second because it's a great question. And Red. Red is also from Argentina. Nice. We have a lot of Argentinians. Un saludo para todos. I mean, if all of us spoke in Spanish, we could switch to Spanish for a second, but no, I'm sure there's some of you that don't speak Spanish, so I don't want to do that. But yeah, that's amazing, guys. I'm from Ecuador, by the way. Okay, yeah, either way, to answer your question, what I recommend you do is definitely feel free to explore things, explore different apps, but honestly keep an eye on what are the expenses that you have. And honestly, one of the best tips that I have is, like, if you want to explore different apps, because yeah, one thing, like, it's okay to explore apps, you know. I don't think you should just stick to one app and never change to any other apps. I think it's always good to keep exploring, especially if you consider it a hobby. But definitely something that I would encourage to do if you want to explore different apps is keep tabs of every single app that you're paying for, whether that's monthly or annually, and where you can, try to pay monthly so that you can cancel anytime. I find that a bit better for apps that I know that I'll use for a longer period of time. I do pay annually, but what I do have is in Google Sheets, I have something like this where I keep track of absolutely every app that I pay for. So as you can see, you know, I'm happy to share this. I might be even making a video about this, but like here are all the apps that I use. Let me just zoom in so that you can see some of them. And then I tag them if I use them for personal use or for business. So as you can see, for personal use, I pay $48 a month for all the apps that I use. And annually, that is $583. That is the apps that I use. These are things such as Busuu for learning languages. Walling I also use, which is pretty nice. This one I don't use much anymore, so I might cancel it. But it was really, really cheap. It was $12 a year, so that's fine. ClickUp. Right now I use the free version. Marvin, I do pay for on a monthly basis. YouTube Premium, an amazing app that I highly recommend, honestly. Not seeing ads in YouTube has been like one of the best things I've ever spent money on. So good, either way. Morgan, this is a sponsored one, so yeah, the creator Morgan gave me free access to it. Mochi, I was paying for it, but then also he gave me access to it, so you know, that's a bit of the perks of making YouTube videos. Readwise, I'm gonna have to pay for. And yeah, stuff like that. Then my Mind I pay for as well. So yeah, as you can see, like these are the personal ones that I have, but then running my business is kind of expensive. You know, the platform that I use for Teachable is like for my online courses. So like this one right here, for instance, my Obsidian online course, this one I use Teachable, and like whenever you access one of the courses and you watch one of the videos, that is all hosted inside of this application, and it is quite expensive for me to maintain. I do pay like over $1,000 a year and $100 a month. For my website, I don't pay that much. Obsidian Publish, I was paying, but that will expire in 5 days, so we'll see if I renew it. Yeah, Circle, this is a new community that I'm building, which actually is really something cool that, guys, if you've been here like in the live stream, you're probably interested in. So yeah, I always appreciate this kind of stuff. I'm gonna be making a newsletter, okay? Let me just see if I can do this. I mean, it's just a waiting list. If you want to join a community that I'm forming, definitely check this out. But first, I just need to make it public. So give me 1 second. In the meantime, keep writing your questions, guys. I'm happy to stay a bit longer. I will be tackling all of your questions right now. I'm from Nepal. Signing to Google Calendar. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Won't miss the stream now. Oh, so cool. Thank you so much. Again, if anyone is new to the live stream, check out this link right here, and that's how you can add the live stream to your Google Calendar. Okay, I just pasted it in the chat so that you can see it. I just need to change one little thing so that if you guys are interested in joining a community that I'm gonna be releasing soon, I'm just gonna let that be available. Oh, I think it's working. Literally give me 5 seconds. Ah, perfect. Solved it. Okay, amazing. So this is with my website builder that I was doing this. Perfect. Okay, cool. Now I can show you. Okay, here it is. I'm building a community. Okay, it's a community for people, those of us, you and me, you and I, that are interested in productivity, and we want to have a place where we can keep each other accountable, give each other advice, help each other on projects, and you know, overall just having a nice place for like-minded people, right? So I've been working on this, and it's honestly been something that I've been kind of dreading. I'm kind of scared of launching it out there because it's a new project that I'm not familiar with. It's a new area for me to work on, and building a community, something that's actually really valuable, is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I'm actually having it in place, but I'm still planning the release of it. So if you want to be one of the first people to know about this once it's like public, right now it is available for those of you that have gotten the Obsidian course. If you go to the very last part of the course, you will have a link to be able to access the community. It is a paid community. It's kind of like a premium place where you can like get to know like-minded people. But if you're interested in this, right now, literally for this live stream, I decided to create a waiting list. You know, so it's a waiting list where you can put your name and email address, and you'll be some of the first people to know when the community is available for the general public. And yeah, you will have like the best possible deal for it, and you'll have tons of like nice perks. So if you're interested, do give it a go. I mean, do at least like sign up to this, and you know, no commitment. If you join to this, doesn't mean that you're gonna have to pay for it eventually, but you will be notified as one of the first people to know about it. So yeah, if you're interested in that, definitely take a look. Awesome. I still need to put together more information about what is it gonna be about, but hopefully right now that gave you a bit of some idea. Me voy al chino a comprarme unos fideos. Nice, Red. Thanks for being here. He's saying he's gonna go buy noodles. So yeah, awesome. Let's see, what else again? Need Excel for my books. Yeah, definitely. Hard keeping track of 700 books in daily notes. Yeah, I mean, I think Notion could be good for you. I think it's a great place to organize this kind of stuff. So definitely give Notion a look. I will be launching my Notion course. I don't know when yet, but yeah, either way, if you want some help or anything on how to organize 700 books, I have some good ideas on how you can achieve that in Notion, maybe even better than Google Sheets or Excel. So yeah, definitely reach out. We'd love to be able to help. Thank you so much, Antero. I knew I was forgetting something, so thank you so much for repeating that question. Yeah, so the best, in my opinion, is Mochi. I absolutely love it. I made a video. Did I put this out of focus? It's all good. I made a video about it, the best flashcard app for learning space repetition. Check this one out. I talk all about it, and yeah, highly recommend it. Let me share this link with you. And yeah, I honestly think you'll have a good experience with that one. And like Anki is not free, but honestly it's very cheap, so I do recommend it. It's really up to you. If not, Anki is definitely the best one. And then the next would be Remnote. Yeah, Remnote is really good as well. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. I think we're gonna close. Waiting list of community. Minds, you're amazing. Thank you so much. You're literally the very first person to join the waiting list because, you know, like, it's been something I've been postponing. Like, I haven't been able to build momentum on it. I have the community set up. I just have so many little fears about like, how is this gonna work logistically? I have tons of headaches. So I thought like at least putting it out there would like help build some momentum. So yeah, really appreciate it. I'll be contacting you soon about it. And yeah, anyone else that is interested, I really appreciate it. I'll contact you for some help on Notion. Yeah, perfect. Because also with like the Notion course coming out soon, I can definitely, you know, like even if you have any specific requests, I could even make a video about it. So for YouTube or something. And aligning books in Excel. That's really crazy. No. And aligning books in Excel. No, but I'll definitely look into that. If you have any videos, please contact me. Let me know, or any resources on that. That'd be really cool. Thank you for the stream. I have to go now. Yep, same. Thank you, Shitashi. Thanks for joining. We actually extended the stream quite a bit since you joined. So really appreciate you being here. No worries, we're wrapping it up. So yeah, I will join your community as well. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And awesome, guys. Great. So if anyone, I keep saying this, but I really can't say no to you guys. I keep saying like, if you guys have any final questions, let me know because we're wrapping up soon. But if you do, you know, like I'm always happy. But yeah, either way, it seems like we're all wrapping it up. Good lunch for you, dinner for me. Yeah, I'll definitely. Oh man, I need to eat. Thanks, Santi. Joined the waiting list too. Colin, man, thank you so much. Colin, really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Hope we can see you in the next live stream. Again, guys, if any of you want to join for the future live streams, I know I keep saying this like a broken record, but again, it's in my website, live streams, and then in here you can see where the next live stream will be at. Perfect, guys. Can't wait to see the community. Bye, thanks for the stream. We'll be there on the cal. Perfect. Awesome, Colin. Thank you so much for joining, man. Really means a lot. Saludos. Thank you so much for being here, man. Really appreciate it. Antero, bye. Thank you so much. Awesome, guys. I think that wraps it up perfectly. Really appreciate any of you that joined the stream, whether that was from the start or even at the end. Really means a lot to me. And with that said, yeah, let's end the stream there and hope you have an amazing day. See you later. Bye.